our focus. The very same hands that formed us. Go build a better tomorrow. For you, I'd make it a rainbow. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one's perfect. Platinum seems so shallow, 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 shallow. But you are bright white gold. With you by my side, I'm not worried. I think we'll be able to find ourselves again. Blank expressions, empty words. Nothing can keep me away from you. I think I will be holding on to the one thing that I know is stronger. Love is blind and no one told us. Platinum seems so shallow, 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 shallow. But you were bright white gold.
Turn the mic on. So a little rusty here tonight. That's okay. It's been almost 2 weeks, I think, John. And I got to see if my music may be a little too low here tonight. Let's see. John, how's that doing? A backup music here. What are we doing? Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Yeah, we're good. I'm going to bring John on in a second. He's been road tripping it. We're going to get caught up on that. And we've never done a stream this late. And I forgot pretty much how the hell to run a stream in the course of 10 days. So that's enlightening. I'm not going to lie to you. We'll catch it up. We'll get it figured out. So got a couple people I think are here. And I'll find you as soon as... Oh, hang on a second. You know, we're not going to panic about it. There we go. Oh, look at that coffee talking tech. First of all, right away, this guy. John's back. Who do you got? Any trash cans making a wave in here? You see what I did there? Doing a Blue Man Group. You know what? It's pretty much all of us and Rodrigo. So I think what we should do is bring in John, say hi, get caught up, and then we'll talk about YouTube and a little bit of stuff. So John, put your pants on. Gonna do a 3, 2, 1, bring you in here. Oh, that's not him at all.
No, you were almost there.
I was almost there. I figured out there. Look at the guy right there. I like it. All right, here we go.
He's like, I have so much rust.
I do have so much rust. It's been forever. It's been forever. In a good way. In a good way. We needed a break. We got a break, and even though it seems like it's been a month, it's only been.
But it's Friday.
How AMD? I know. We've never done a Friday stream.
Friday.
I think this is the latest
There's
stream we ever started.
There's nothing that can go bad on a Friday. That's it,
That's
man.
just the biggest lie I think ever, but that's okay.
I'm not leaning back in my chair. I don't want staples in the back of my head, though. So.
What do you mean? Oh, because MD fell over and did the whole staple thing.
Yeah, I won't be doing that. Hey, Trash Can Waves, how you doing, man?
Got to take breaks.
No brainer, Rodrigo. What's going on?
You do. You have to take breaks. Although that was a forced break, right? On your behalf. You didn't really set out to take a break. Well, you did.
She didn't really want to break stuff.
It was a domestic break with your wife and the kids.
Then she landed on her head.
Yeah, well, that was a different type of break. And I'm glad she's okay. You know, if she'd been wearing hats, she needs to wear more hats. That would have buffered the whole thing, right? Was she wearing a cowboy hat when she went down?
No, she got a lot of hair, though.
Yeah, that should have stopped it.
You know.
All that hair and hairspray.
Right.
And she probably doesn't use hairspray.
You know. I hope she didn't have any brains leak out. That would be bad.
Yes, yeah, it's true. Brain leakage.
But how's everybody doing?
Bad idea, man.
It's Friday.
Yeah,
it's Friday. We never really stream on Friday.
This is the first time we've ever streamed on a Friday. And by the way,
ever?
We've never streamed on a Friday. You and I together. In fact,
oh wow,
I don't know that you and I ever planned a stream this late. Now we've gone on late. Like you're like, I'm going to go on for an hour. Maybe if you're still up, we could jump on. That's different than us going, let's just actually throw a thumbnail and go on.
Or it's planned.
Yeah, we've never done it, man. So
Right.
it's Marlene.
Right.
Yeah, can you believe it,
Right.
Marlene? He
Hey, Mom.
actually took a break. Took a break and he came out.
I did. Roxanne,
Roxanne.
you don't have to put on a red light.
So I saw an interesting. That song made me, as we're segueing everywhere. You know that Sting doesn't think much of bands. He thinks bands are a terrible idea. They're for children, and that they could kill creativity. So that's the latest from Sting.
Well, thank God he never listened to the police. You know.
Well,
jeez.
I have a feeling he doesn't maybe think that was his best material.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe doesn't remember 30 years ago.
I mean, the
anymore.
Beatles did okay as a group, but I mean, admittedly, they also did some interesting things when they separated. But I don't know.
That's just weird.
That's a
There's
big
my
shot
wife.
at guys who are still around. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. To call them children and stuff like that. I don't know.
They're all upset. They're all upset. What's up, Uncle Stu?
News: Sting remains triggered with bands. Yep, that's a news flash here on the John and Jay TMZ updates. We're going to do a whole thing tonight on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard story. We'll make sure we get, because you haven't seen enough of that. What else is in the news? The slap is too old to talk about now. Can't really talk about that. But yeah,
No,
from New York
nor
City.
do I want to.
It's a late hour.
Hey, Stu. He's actually. I'm giving a shout out to his family and him. Rough times right now. His pops passed away, so.
Oh man.
He lives in Virginia, and he just is up into New York. Got up there today, so
Send
props
love.
to him and his family.
It's always a rough time, and so
much
many
love.
of us know what that's like to go through, and so we're just sending you big warm hugs on you.
So I saw
that.
he had a little Instagram thing, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going up to New York." So I thought it was, just the thought of him going to visit people, and so I didn't know. And I was working at the airport that day he put that message up, so I was like thinking maybe he's landing. I might be able to see him at the airport, if it's Newark.
Oh yeah,
and
right.
then today I was in Penn Station, New York City. So I was like, I'm floating around those areas, and you could see I put a little Instagram thing up that I was hanging out in B&H today.
You always do that
again. That's my place, bro. I'm 1 block away, man. How can you not go there?
How can you not? But every time you
Today was not the best day for B&H, though.
Why?
I don't think people wanted to work. I don't think I've ever been in a Friday. They were just all hanging out and talking instead of walking up to me and being like, "Hey, do you want help?"
Hey, dude,
and
all
then
week long
I
they got to
asked,
put up with people like you and coming in, beating you down about which Sony or a Canon. How do I hook my camera up? We're tired of you guys. Okay?
No, trust me, I wasn't bad at all. What's up, Patrick?
I know, man.
I think it was here. I am. I'm asking about something, and they're getting the product. And then I go and ask about another thing, and they don't even follow up on it. He didn't even follow up. He could have sold me something else, and it's like, all right, here's your thing. See you later, pal. Hit the road.
I hope that's not. I hope that doesn't become a pattern in B&H because they have such a proud history of not. But everybody's having a hard time
usually got
finding
people.
It's been hard to find.
No,
people.
there were 4 of them just hanging out. So they're usually the people are always just running up and help, and they're always saying, "Do you need help? Do you need help?" That's the kind of place that they don't let you sit, very long at all.
No, they don't. Friday people are worn out, man. They just want to get out of there. They want to go home and do things, and I get it. At the same time,
it was a nice day.
It's nice. Yeah, you have a nice day. Everybody's got that spring fever. It's like, oh, come on, man. I just want to get out of here and go somewhere dark and watch Netflix for 4 hours. Not like
That's
the old
it.
days. Sad but true, right?
But I had some fun. I was hanging out around that place, walking around, checking stuff out again. You know how it is.
Look at this.
I
guy.
like that.
Watch this.
I like that kind of stuff.
Look at that. Let's get John on the big. How you doing, Patrick? It's good to see you, man. Thought of you the other day.
Hi, Patrick.
I gotta talk to you about something. I think you and I got to do a production hack, a productive hack stream sometime. We got to talk about that with John. Don.
Yeah, I was talking to him yesterday.
Don's been doing some work. He's firing off some videos to me. I think he's doing some really cool stuff. I got to tell you, Don, and I'll say it even here. I watched a little bit of Don's interview we did. I don't know if he's posted it yet, but he's a really fine interview. I really enjoy his style. He seems very engaging, and he asks really good questions. And I'm really excited for what he's going to do. I think it's going to be a fun ride to watch Don get out there and do his thing. And I think he's got a really, I think his path is going to be fun to watch. I'm just glad. Oh, Chip, our friend Chip Griffin.
Hey, Chip.
BH is one of those things I've missed the most the past 2 years without the regular New York City trips. I haven't been to it. Yeah, I haven't been to. I left New York the day before they basically shut down for COVID in March 19th of 2020, and I haven't been to a B&H since, other than vicariously through John, who likes to,
Yeah, I love it.
Although, why don't you call me and then you could walk around live, and I could you could put me in your pocket so I could walk around B&H with you. That would be kind of fun. Yeah.
Well,
You're a little mini me.
I just
carrying me around. Come on.
I'm like trying to get my in there. I'm hoping that they see me there enough. They're going to be like, "Do you want a job or something?" And I could retire and then be at B&H and get a discount and all that good stuff, So we have to see what happens.
Yeah, get out there and interview Don. He's got a lot to offer. I think you're gonna really enjoy watching Don. Yeah, what you saying?
So here's the thing. Here's a crazy thing. And I feel like I got to talk about this because I'm getting this vibage that I'm not happy with, right? So.
Okay. Uh-oh.
The last 2 weeks, So the last 2 weeks, I've had 5 people ask me to come on their shows and live stream and do interviews. And I didn't know how to go about this, but if the thing that I felt is if you've been watching us long enough, you know what's been going on. And so I don't know why. I have to keep on saying this, but what I did was I texted everybody and told them I'm not live streaming as much because they have no idea that I'm not live streaming because they don't watch me. Right. So I'm invested in people who watch us to begin with. And if you don't know what I've been saying is that I'm trying to do more videos and I'm trying to allocate my time in those things that are going to help my channel grow. Now, verse versa, if you got a different vibe going on, that's good for you, but I know what I need to do, and this is what I'm doing. Yeah. And so I let them know that, and so it was new to them almost, but I'm not doing it to spite anybody or any reason like that.
Why are you worried about that? You feel like people are a little defensive that you're not?
It feels kind of weird that I've had 5 people in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Okay. It's a lot of people. And so when you keep on saying no, it's almost like they're like, yeah, he said no to me too. I don't know who, so I don't even think they know each other.
You're the resident YouTube ass now, right? Is that what you're worried about?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm not worried about it, but the truth of the matter is right now, right? I'm worried about if I'm going to do anything with anybody, it's going to be people that invested time in us or me at that matter. I was talking to Patrick and Patrick reached out to us weeks ago and he's like, listen, I would love to do a live stream with you guys. You know what? When I've spent, besides you, and a few other people, Patrick's been hanging out with us from day one, so it's like, of course I'm going to give him time for that.
All right, so you're just, now that hasn't always been the case, early on. Now this is really kind of interesting that you're bringing this up now because first of all, we were kind of kicking around the tires of a subject because we both had nothing to talk about set up for this week. And then we're like, let's just kind of talk about how to grow your YouTube channel. And, we are, by the way, I
could talk about this all day.
Of course, we will. All right, we will. Fine. It's a 24-hour stream. By the way, so this is April 20th. It's going to be a year, almost tomorrow, right? A year tomorrow that our LEDA program ended. I met you during LEDA, April 1 of last year. April 30th was our last day of that program. And then you and I had already talked about, let's do a first stream sometime in May. And then we kicked off this year-long program. And so we're closing in on a year of streaming together.
Yes.
10 years. And in a good way. But in that time, we went through phases, right? So we went through this thing where like, oh, we wanted to be everywhere because we're learning about, and you kind of had the time a little bit to do that, and you're energized to do it. But there comes a point where it's like, you don't have
the key thing you said was you're energized, and when you have almost 0 subs, and then you do a bunch of videos, and then you have 400-ish, and then you start live streaming. I had no idea how much time live streaming was going to pull. I thought like, okay, if you throw these live streams together, it's not going to be, that big of a deal. And I was kind of shocked after a few months of how much energy it was all taking.
We both went into this, I think, with a little bit of naivety about how much energy it would be.
Well, sure.
And it was an absolute drain fest trying to, if you're just going to go in with a little topic, it's fine. If you're really going to go in, I think maybe we overreached anyway at times, but I know I did trying to prep. And a lot of it was just getting caught up with how does this tech work? We started on StreamYard and I was terrible at that, much less getting into vMix. So there's so much time involved. There comes a point where in any of this stuff, nobody should have to apologize, right? I like your point though. I'm at a point where I have to now pick and choose, and I don't like that I have to pick and choose, but if I do, this is why I'm doing it. Yeah. So don't be offended. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their line in their sand. I don't know.
I wouldn't change anything because I wanted to learn about streaming. Okay. And so I fell in love with streaming, and then I wanted to learn about it. So I didn't mind spending a ton of time doing it and getting better at it. And I feel like I know as much as some people have been doing it for 5 years. Right. And so for that matter, I think it was all worth it. But in the end, I had to look back and then, say to myself, okay, because here's the thing. And I've said this before. I said this. What does Rodrigo say? John hating the red carpet already. No, not by any means. I'm not even close to there. It's just, you know what? It's sometimes being truthful. Darren is in here, by the way, which I want to just say hi.
Dimebag Darren.
Darren, stick around for a little bit, or if don't head out soon because you're going to be a little bit surprised today. Uh-oh. So, I was telling people a while ago. Here's the problem with the people that were coming onto the platform, and I mean that by YouTube, right? And then all of a sudden, good job, Stu. And they came onto the platform and they just live stream, right? All on StreamYard, the easiest way to do it. Not necessarily the highest quality all the time. And that's give or take. It doesn't really matter as much sometimes. But when you have certain communities around you, like say eBay resellers, Tracy Parks is in here. Those guys really support each other, okay? And there's other groups that really support each other. And the matter of months, they can get enough hours to get monetized. And I discussed this with a lot of people is like, okay, now you're monetized, now what? You were in a big rush to get monetized, but the thing was, you didn't learn anything on the way. You just did streams, got the hours, got monetized, and you don't even know how to use a camera. You don't even know how to use the lighting. You don't know how to use anything that you have to help yourself grow. And listen, I mean, everybody just wants to get there, right? I understand that. But I think by speaking to a lot of people that I have spoken to in the last few months, they have come back to me and they're like, dude, you're so right. And those are the people that want to keep on growing, and they have to grow with video, Jeff, and they've never even filmed anything.
You got to do the video, and we're going to talk about that, and when we kind of trip into a little bit of the subject, and we're not going to go deep diving, but we should talk about that, especially because we are about a year in now on our streaming together. You've did it longer.
Yeah.
I just want to cover this. Yes, our dear Cashew is sadly not here tonight, but she's got some things going on. She's busy, but she sends a hello, and she'll be back. She's got some things going on, but yeah, we of course miss her. She's a great energy and vibe, and always wonderful for the stream. So Cashew, if you're out there somewhere in the ether, you're missed. Who we got going on?
Sorry, Tracy.
What does it say here? Why are you on the same time as Linus? Now I have to choose. I don't know. We randomly picked this time.
I would choose Linus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Linus is live streaming tonight.
Go ahead, man. Linus has probably got more streamers than us on his. Probably got more.
I think I'm gonna put him on right now myself as I'm talking. So I know.
Got to quit describing me from Tracy.
I mean, if just in case if anybody doesn't know, Linus Tech Talk. I don't see him here live.
Are you literally doing this? My volume's a little low. Okay, thank you, because John wouldn't tell me. So I appreciate you telling me.
Linus is
Let me get a check
definitely
here.
like just about the best person when it comes to computer tech. You know,
All right.
and so
what do we think about that, Tracy?
I love watching that stuff.
Give me a balance on that now. I bumped it up. We'll play with it. But keep an eye on my volume, everybody. We want to balance it out because it is annoying, and I've got a different mic on here, and I haven't played with it as much as I should. I try to help the coin community with tech. Some even listen to me, and they tell me I'm right. They're not all going to tell you. And they're not. Yeah, they're not all going to tell you.
I love it.
They're right.
Let me just grab this quick. Everybody knows what this bag, right?
Oh,
what
God,
that bag
yeah, I
is. I'm not gonna actually take it out this second or anything, but I just want to show Darren the box. Right. Okay, so Darren could just get a look at this, so he doesn't go anywhere. Darren's gonna know, exactly what this is. So there you go, Darren. Get a look at that, and then I'm going to discuss it later. But I just want Darren to see it right now.
You think Darren's drooling right about now, or?
I have a couple other things, but so yeah. I mean, here's the thing. There's part of knowing. Part of some of the equipment that we have is knowing, right, a lot of the new stuff that's out, and so I'm always up on top of trying to learn what is really effective for clients, which is another reason that my time is so important, is that I've had several people reach out to me for client. They just have said, I felt weird asking you because you weren't putting it out there yet, and all of a sudden they wanted to talk about building live streaming things and this and that and the other thing, and here we are. But
yeah, Tracy, this is why you relate to me. Except you put less effort. Look, mixing and matching condenser mic volumes on these things it's really hard to test yourself on this. I don't trust this. I don't know what it is, John, but I'm not loving the vMix. I don't trust their volume gauge because it may be because we have a clip guard on.
It's never going to be as good. I'm in front of a mic right in front of my mouth, and you have an overhead. So
yeah, but I'm showing that my volume was higher than apparently. Oh, we'll go back and listen to it, but sometimes I think that it shows it hotter than it actually is, but we'll see. Or I just talk, I talk less, but I saw way back, Stu, if you're still on and you said how to get in touch with Don, just find Don, go and subscribe to Don here.
Find each other.
At Boston Don MTB, and you guys hook up, go for it. Yeah. That would be awesome.
And that's part of the other thing too, is I don't really, if no one has ever come into my stream and even dropped a comment ever, as long as I've been live streaming, I don't know if I'm going to jump in and do a live stream with them. So, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, I hear you.
So,
we got to pick and choose.
Especially,
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's one of those deals where you hate to say it because it
people
sounds a certain way, but it's not personal. It's just at some point everybody has to make a choice. I mean, clearly you must have something over on Tommy for him to keep coming in here, and Tracy. Like, I don't know why they keep coming in here. It's a joke. You're looking at me like, why would you say something so egregious? But
well, I have relationships with every one of these people.
I know, man. I know.
There's a lot of them in here that I actually communicate with and stay in touch with and reach out to and go to their live streams and a lot of that different stuff. And it's not something that I always said, it's not something that I could always do as much as I did. And now it's proven a fact, is that if you want to, and the thing is, I talked about the people doing the live streams, and they got their hours, they got where they wanted to get, which is, monetization. Now they don't know how to do anything with And for some reason, people are left and right popping up with all these programs to teach them how to do, YouTube and learn it. And these great books came out, and it's supposed to turn you upside down and you can become successful at YouTube from reading them. Listen, if that was true, we would have a lot more than about 1% of the people being successful on YouTube in the long run, So I don't know what the answer is overall, but the truth is that it's the hard work that it will get you there in the end, and it's freaking hard work. So, I think that being bored, you should go work on your YouTube. What are you doing?
What's wrong with? No, she's here. Don't kick her. No, we got to keep the views going. Tracy, you're my friend, not his. So it's fine. And you can unsubscribe to him. He's got 1,000. He's fine. Don't even stress it.
Darren, did you see what I pulled out of the bag? I hope you did, because I didn't see you leave a comment, but he was working a dynamic regulator.
Give him a minute. He's 6 minutes. He's off of work. What do we got going here, Rodrigo? John's point matches what I say to people offering to promote my content. Quote, how much has it helped you so far? Is what I asked them, not convincing answer, no convincing answer ever. I think it's a good question. And maybe we need those prompts. We need certain questions that we ask ourselves to say, okay, I've been asked this, and then my prompt is, like you're saying, okay, based on where I'm at, I'll check myself. And that's going to determine yes or no. And some of the best gifts we can all say to ourselves is no. We tend to overindulge other people, even though and then we leave ourselves. It's that old thing, and I've been guilty of it, and I'm not a martyr. What's the old adage? I always end up setting myself on fire to make others warm. And so that we don't want to do that. Nobody should do that. So you gotta set up in your life these prompts to kind of build a moat, an emotional moat. Look, as far as the books go, the books are fine. It's overdone. And I always worry about summits, and but I will say this, and I'm not going to go into this because this is not tonight's topic. I'm in the 4th week of a 5-week program with Tiago's Build a Second Brain. I'm going to tell you, it's better. It's a million times better than I thought it would be. And the mentors and Tiago and the real information that really solves problems rather than just throwing stuff at you has been overwhelming. So I'm going to be excited to distill all that at some point and break that down for the community and hopefully translate a little bit what I've learned in there, which has been incredible. I can't say enough good things about it. And but we'll schedule a time for that and make some videos on that. What's up?
So no brainer. It is actually 1/4% of all YouTube channels are monetized. And I looked that up for my sake because I was like, I really want to see what it is.
It's 1/4.
It's 1/4 of 1%.
Yes, 1/4 of 1%.
So, okay, and then fine. Chip, the thing is, Chip, I'm talking about the people that, I'm talking about the people on YouTube that actually want to become successful, not, the people that casually throw stuff up or don't have any intentions. And so I just think that, in the beginning, it's really easy to get confused, right? Because you just have a finish line in your head, of just getting to that monetization.
There's a target that's so focused on.
Yeah, and for me, it was at first videos. For 5 months, I did a video every week, and actually, that's what helped me push me with my hours to get over pretty easily, But the thing was, when I started live streaming, I couldn't keep up with the videos. And so it's a fine balance. So if I would to do anything different in the end,
such a good talking point right here,
it would be to reel back in a little bit of the hours. But the thing was, I was having too much fun. I was having a lot of fun, and I wouldn't take that back. And we wouldn't have met so many people.
No. And we learned so much. I want to piggyback on that because it's part of what we're talking about building a channel. And this is really a big part of this. And we can always talk about the niches or the certain groups that seem to pull off and all they want to do is live streams. We talked about more entertainment, more niche. We talk about paranormal or these type of groups like that that are small but very energetic and they really want to get into all the communities. That's different. But we're talking about what we're trying to do, or normal channels, really, for the normal part. I'm in the same boat where you were saying I ended up not doing enough videos after I started streaming, right? That's what you're saying. You kind of stopped doing videos once you started streaming with me. And I never started. Because when I got out of Lita and started, I was going to do videos, and then we decided to do some live streams. I thought we'll get some videos done, and it never happened for the same reason. And we sat there in January at the same time and went, we got to stop. We got to pull back all this, because the real way to grow your channel is to make videos, right? And what, just to understand people, most of you understand this, YouTube doesn't build an algorithm that judges your videos, okay? It judges your viewers of
your streams,
right? I froze there for a second.
I don't know if YouTube is frozen or I'm frozen.
Know. That was a weird one right there. That one got my... Anyway, we'll see what happens. So, I mean, it's really important that you do make videos towards your audience, but that's a deeper subject. But with John, I would not go back and change anything, but I do see why I am where I am today, where the live streaming seems actually very simple, and I understand the process, but man, getting into the rut now of doing just videos to grow the channel, which is where it's really at, and we should talk about that, why. You can't do both well for the most part, especially if you're having a full-time job and kids and all that kind of stuff.
Thanks, guys.
I wouldn't change it, but I could see if I was going to go back to myself or somebody else was starting, I would recommend a different path. That's all I'm saying. I'll do it here.
Yeah, so it looks like YouTube froze. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if YouTube glitched or us, but one or the other.
Let's keep an eye on it.
But thanks, guys. But here's the real truth of the matter. As Patrick said, this is a topic that has come up to him lately a lot. And one of the people that I always knew was going to get to the finish line was Patrick. Right. And Patrick never worried about how fast he got there. I just knew that he was always making that type of content that people would look after. And I try to do the same thing, which is it doesn't interest a million people, but occasionally you're going to have this one that is going to hit you, and it's going to hit hard. Now, he's lucky because, anything Mac, people look it up. And some of the things I've been getting away from my PC a little bit too, because there are things that people are looking up that I just haven't been doing. And I want to do more PC videos. So there are things that I need to improve. There needs so much more for me to grow. I'm just scratching the surface to get started on all this, but I am not gonna be that type of person that just falls into going and here's the thing. I see people get caught up in the fact of putting too much time in other people's projects or other people's live streaming and time. And I'm talking about people that are on YouTube trying to do videos. I've seen people try to do too much and then they not putting enough work into their own stuff. And
you think they're just trying to pull in too much of somebody else they want to be?
No, they think they're going to ride the coattails of somebody else that's bigger, or they're going to ride in with getting a bunch of subscribers off of other people, and it's not gonna work like that in the end. Because if you are watching your own videos and you can see for some reasons that you can't even believe yourself, then other people see that actually going on too, and that doesn't mean that you should stop. It doesn't mean that it means that you should work even harder, right? And it means that if you have the fortitude to keep on going, then you got to start believing in yourself, because everybody can feel that vibe. One thing that I always notice is from day one when I was live streaming is everybody thought like I was doing it longer. I had this confidence. I had this, exuded this kind of, thing about this. And it's not, I always feel that it's not because you know so much that is why people are there. It's because I tell people, I don't care if you've been live streaming for 15 years. There's no way anyone knows everything about live streaming. There's always room. The tech is always changing. And the person that started 10 years ago are, if they just stuck in that mind, that frame of mind, they would never even learn anything. There's so much. You can't do this on other people's backs. No.
It's really easy to, whether it's videos or doing the videos or live streaming, it is really easy to get in this idea of, well, I'm just, there's piggybacking, and then you're spending too much time in other people's channels, and you're trying to borrow, or you're not gonna pick up by osmosis, living in those channels, what you're really going to do. At some point, you're gonna have to do your own thing. So there's two different things. There's one is trying to ride people's piggybacks or whatever, and then the other one is not really honoring yourself and getting your own creativity out and worrying too much about what other people are doing.
Yeah, but they think they're smart.
Hey, full money.
They don't understand. They think by streaming with 6 people in a live stream, okay? They think streaming with 6 people in a live stream, and there's only 3 people watching. You're telling me that not even 3 people in that live stream have one of their phones going? You have 6 people. There should be. How can you only have 3 people watching? You have 6 people in the video, okay? Well, on top of that, 2 of them have mics you can't hear. The other 2 have mics that are blowing out your ears.
Right.
And you've been doing this for 6 months. Like, listen, wake up and smell the coffee, people. Try to learn something new. And everybody looks at me like I'm a jerk, because no one else is saying this. I don't go anywhere and hear anyone say this.
I mean, you could be a jerk and still be right. I mean, truthfully. And the truth of it is, you just want to go, please. Your mics have been, you got one person screaming. That's why I do ask, and we do make fun, and I do want people to feedback. If our mics are out of level and one of us is screaming and the other one is way down here, that's not a fun experience for anybody.
I'm screaming.
And I'm the one usually screaming. And it's really a problem.
Cash,
I don't want people to have a bad experience. And let me tell you, lopsided, as far as your phone goes, it makes sense. I have 32 phones right now going, laying around here.
I love you guys. I love you guys saying this right here, right? You got Uncle Stu, you got Boss. This is stuff that people think about all the time. Nobody wants to say it, but I'm trying to say it because I want people to wake up. I want people to realize that it's hard. I have learned so much. I don't nearly know anything. I am a baby at this, but I could tell you about what comes across sincere and what comes across honest.
What gets me, John, and we talked about this, is what the hell are you doing? Like, what is the point? Why would you sit there week after week after week, stream after stream after stream with the same problem? Why do you have, say, a Canon sitting that you got 18 months ago? Pull it out and use it. Like, what is it you're trying to do? Why buy it?
They're trying to be successful.
And we're not talking about we're not talking about going out and spending money to spend money. You and I both know that. I'm using right now a used 5100 that I paid $290 for.
That's because you're a cheapskate.
No, my 6400's like over here. I know. Too lazy to put it back on. You don't, but base cams or whatever.
But man. I'm not talking about that, Jeff. I'm not talking.
But it's a part of it. It's like people that have things still not leaving it in the box and not using them. It's the same thing. I'm talking about a person that still will not bring their mic up into the shot and they want to have an echo and sound crappy. And because you have 100 subs, but you know better to keep your stuff down low where no one can hear it and it sounds like an echo on the phone, when professional people are telling you this is what you need to do to sound better. Well, and then are you not listening to your own? Are you not listening to your own videos? I mean, we do.
They don't listen to their own advice.
We do spend a few minutes after watching the video, checking our sounds and things, and we're trying to.
I watch all the time.
Yeah, we've caught quite a bit of things. It's game tape. If you really care, I mean, if you don't care, fine. And not everybody is going to care, but the people you're talking about really should care. Okay. At some point, yes, move your mic, use the tools. Let's see. I know Cashy's running down on my tea. Oh, yeah, everybody we gotta take a hot humor break. Treat John to a warm glass of muscle milk over at Coffee Talk. It was spike a little protein powder and watch him do a couple squats.
I mean,
No,
here's the thing. You get people like Stu. He wants to grow. He's open to listening to other people, you know.
Yeah.
He reached out to me. We talked on the phone for an hour about this a couple weeks ago. And then we got other people that there's a mention in here of Dr. Rob. Rob, he reached out to us. He's like, what can I do? He listened to what we did. We gave him the tools. He runs with it. He's like, no one gets it. There's still people out there are buying time after time a Rodecaster Pro because somebody did a video on it, and now they want to say this is the greatest thing for live streaming. Then you know what happens? Every single day that I go into StreamYard, there's people with audio routing problems.
Yes.
Numerous times. And no one is fixing these things.
I don't get why people don't consider audio routing when they're talking about this type of stream.
Because they don't know.
They only want to talk
They don't
about,
even get it.
Does this look good in the shot? Is this the same one Joe Rogan's using? Is this the same mic? Is this the same boom that Tom Buck uses? It's like, dude, seriously, get your shit together. Fulmani, that's great to hear. And anytime you can, the OBS is free. And anytime we can get people to solve these problems, and Dr. Rob's a big help too. I love that. How are you liking the Elgato Wave? Is such a great mic. John and I are constantly telling people for that reason. It's a good mic and it solves all these routing problems and it's a great price.
Huge.
You don't need to spend a lot of money to have great sound and have great tool sets to get things done. You don't need it.
And that leads right in to a tool that I have right here. This is a dynamic mic. It looks very similar to a super popular mic that's on the market, right? Like an SM7B.
Oh.
But listen, here's the key to all this. This is a USB mic. USB mic, right? It's the Revelator dynamic mic. And for a while now, we've had one guy in here who's been talking about the Revelator software, Dimebag Darren. And I watched a live stream that he has done on the software, and I watched more videos to learn about it. Then they did a condenser mic about 1.5 years ago, and then all of a sudden they had this dynamic mic come out. But here's the key. It's not just that the mic sounds good, okay? Because what Jeff is talking about is, and I'm talking about, is the audio routing to solve a lot of your issues. It's got audio routing built in. It's got a DSP built in, which means it has a noise gate. It's got an equalizer in. It's all built into the mic.
I'm anxious to hear
all in one product.
I've been talking about actually getting an SM7B lately.
I'll tell you what,
for my voice, but I know what you're going to say.
It blows the Beacon mic out of the water.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with
as
the
far
Beacon
as
mic.
sound.
So I'm anxious to hear this.
Well, no.
I'm wary of the USB,
but the software that Beacon has is amazing. That's the problem. Now, the thing
I'm
is,
running a $60 overhead mic, and you can get away with a lot if you have the right software, and you can maybe throw a plug-in in there to help you massage some things out of there. Stu, I get it. Stu's is saying, look, I spent $750 for a camera just for streaming. I need to do better, and I'm willing to pay to learn. Look, that's the thing. We're here to support by pushing you a little bit, right? So that's that. It's not a judgment, but it's kind of like good. You're a real person. You're a real adult to say, I know where I'm at. I got something. I'm good. Maybe it's inspiring you, and that's cool. That's all. That's all it's intended to be.
I'm not saying these things about the products you bought and wanting to put people down with them. It's about really. Here's the thing, Stu. You have a good point.
Well, he's got a good point. Many of us are told to get, but not told how to use it.
Right. So people jump into something. They're like, this is a good camera. You should get that camera. They're like, okay, I'll get that camera.
But then guess what happens?
99% of the people should be using a they should be using a USB
face cam
camera to begin with.
Yep.
A face cam is one of the best. And start with that, because if it's a higher quality and you still got to learn how to use that. And if you learn how to use that to your best ability, and you have people like me or Jeff piece everything together, and this is why people are coming to me and asking me, right? They're like, John, I'm going to save money if I come to you and talk to you about this. And I said, this is the stuff that I just didn't get why people didn't understand
So right, Darren.
a while ago about why it's important. Because it was about, it's not just about the camera. It's about the lighting. It's about the mic. You pair all that together to your best abilities with the skills that you're taught. And then you have an overall product that is going to look better than 95% of the people.
I mean, I've been going through this about productivity tools, and I really realized trying to find this all-in-one solution is really most of the times a bad idea. What you really want is a good system. You want things that really work, and you don't want to have to, and a lot of times it means spending actually less. Like sometimes these all-in-ones will gouge you, but they only do really one thing really well, and the rest of them are kind of peripheral, nonsensical things. But what John's saying, I really believe in, and that is you can roam around and find really good tools to put together. But what do we always say, John? The real way to save money is just through knowledge. And to kind of get back and circle back to Stu, I didn't know, man. I bought $1,000 mic or camera, but I didn't really know. And it's like I could have spent $300. You got a really nice picture with some good light that's cheap, a good mic with routing, right? And for less than what I spent on that one camera. And I think that's where knowledge comes in. And that's what.
Here's the other knowledge factor, right? The other knowledge factor is listen to this bomb. Right. The other knowledge factor is these people are on StreamYard in 720p.
Right.
And then we're in a rush to go spend $1,000 on a camera. You're streaming at 720p on StreamYard. It makes no sense. Right. They're using somebody's affiliate link. They're getting money. They're going to somebody's, seminar, and they're paying $350 over a weekend. And this is their advice, and then they're just like,
go to my affiliate.
It is what it is. But
go to my
and I'm
listening.
You can't have your hand held on everything too. It comes down to you. A camera is going to take you to learn it. It is going to take you to learn it, but you got to be ready to. YouTube is a great tool. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube to learn. I knew zero when it came to editing. I knew zero when it came to these new cameras, and I taught myself everything. So, it's all there, but you got to be willing to put the time in yourself tove
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. I was just
Dr.
You're
Rob.
holding that can up like you're going to crush it, and I'm like, do it. Crush that can, that little bitty can of yours.
It's
Dr.
just
Rob Allen, how you doing, sir? Nice to see you. Brought your name up earlier. Probably
it's just like me. I have no one to blame but myself without making more content, because the content that I make, the videos I put out, but the truth of the matter is, people like Jeff and I, and like almost all of you, I'm sure, we all work a full-time job.
Yeah.
I have a 10-year-old that's in sports. I drive an hour each way to work. There's all these factors, that don't make it easy. But
there's always something, man. Tommy, you're so right, man. If you don't know Tommy, listen to him. Go to his channel. Buying gear is cool as long as we are honest with ourselves and understand that no gear can fix bad content, or a channel that doesn't have some kind of direction. Things that I've battled with. Look, he's right. Start with good content, get a good audio, then work on a good visual, and work out. And it's okay. I don't know why everybody wants to come out of the gate thinking they've got to have a studio that looks like Alpha Gaming or even Tom Bach. No. Okay, stop that. Let's start with one webcam, a crappy little light, and work it and max it, $50, and move on. Like, keep building off of that. That knowledge is what's going to save you so much money and heartburn in the long run. Max what you can out of the worst equipment you can for a while. It's okay. No one's going to watch your first videos anyway. So burn out that information.
Learn how to use that stuff. Put your application in for Amazon affiliates. My Amazon affiliate pays for a few of my things that I have, like my music and my cam. Like, I have numerous things that are getting paid for from just my links each month. And then you grow up from there, and maybe when you get to have like 2,000 subscribers or so, you can go and put an application in for Amazon influencer and do videos along with products, then sell them and get money from that, and help pay for your YouTube stuff. I wheel and deal. A lot of people know that I wheel and deal with different products and just to keep on getting some new stuff,
Ken says,
eventually I'm gonna What?
You're always getting new stuff. Ken says, great point, John. Most people don't understand. The camera would be limited by what they're connecting to. Yeah, I mean, it isn't just a camera. I mean, if you have a bad cable, you're in trouble. Do you know how to root out if it's a bad cable? And we've run into that. Or is it a cam link? Or is it a bad USB port? You know, we've run into things like that. Like there's a million things that can happen in between here and there, and you got to know how to root it out. And usually that's done by working at lower level tech and working your way up. If you want to jump in at the high level, fine, but you're going to find a huge friction to getting anything done for a long time to learn that equipment. It's really going to hurt you in the long. I think it's going to hurt you in the long run. I did the same thing. You buy gear at a certain point, use it, learn it, value it, do some videos on it, and then upgrade. Sell that off to somebody. Somebody will benefit because you treat your gear well. Right. They'll buy a little cheaper. Everybody wins.
The thing about tech too is don't hold on to your tech forever. No. You know, because it drops in price a lot. And so what I've learned to do is let go.
It's not terrible, especially on a phone.
No,
you're right.
It doesn't look that bad.
No, it really doesn't.
You know, especially if you have a good camera. If you have a good camera, good lighting, it looks a hell of a lot better.
I was going to say, you got a decent camera, and the lighting is critical at 720 because it's going to help out those smaller, less powerful sensors. So lighting is critical. You can't just say, I'm going to put 720. It's not that bad. It's not that bad if you work the program right. You got to help it out a little bit. You got to assist it just a little bit more. But Darren knows what he's talking about, so he's got it figured out.
So I've had numerous people reach out to me in the last couple of weeks, and they're like,
"So true, Ken.
Hey, can you find me a camera for cheap?" Because remember, I came on here a few times, so I have people like Instagramming me and saying, "Hey, can you get your hands on an A64?" You know, and I'm like, I can, and I've sent them links. I have a guy that's literally 2 miles away from me. Yeah. He's got an A6400 with a cage, with a Sigma 16 lens, and I could definitely get it for $1,000, and I might be able to get it for $900. Okay, the thing is, $1,000 is definitely a super fair price right now, and you can't even find a 6400, and you're getting the Sigma lens on it. Boom. You know what I mean?
That's a great deal.
I mean, Rob loves the Wave XLR.
I'm so glad to hear that. I love the Wave XLR. Now, my first video was that Goal XLR. Loved it for many reasons. And now as I'm putting together, I am actually writing the script for the second video 3 months later or whatever for the comparison of the Wave XLR and my Goal XLR. That'll be my next video out on that series. And of course, at the end, I'll do the whole, which one do I like better? Screw it. I like the Wave XLR better. That's how I would go. There's no question about it. There was a question going into it. I had some resistance, but there was the VST3s for me were a huge benefit. I still don't like the big knob on it, and I miss the sliders, but there's workarounds, and so we'll get into that another time. I'm just glad to hear that because I think for the money, the problems it solves, it's a beautiful tool. I think they hit it out of the park for a V1
so audio
product.
Routing.
For a V1 product, oh my gosh. Come on.
The audio routing is really great, and now you finally have other things that are coming about.
Stu?
Beacon's software is huge. It works fantastic. They just have a little issues to work out, and there's a lot of different things that are out there.
Okay, so Stu says,
but I'm just saying.
Wait, give me a second. Now.
Yeah.
I guess I can use my camera for a video cam instead of streaming. You can. Why not?
Well, yeah, that was my point to come up next. Is like. Yeah. We're talking about 720, but if you're going to make videos, you're going to want them to be in 1080p at least, you know? So, 1080p and then upscale them to 4K, throw them out there. They look fantastic on YouTube. You sound decent. You got a $150 mic in the Elgato Wave 3. You sound great. You got the routing. You get some good lighting. And you got just about everything you may need. What's up, Vince?
Vince, hey, by the way, to change gears here, but did I say Vince was like celebrating anniversary lately, like on an island or something, or he was gone?
He's selling. I'm actually going to be.
Calling
I
you
can't
out.
say that, but
yeah, don't do it.
I'll see him again soon.
Congratulations, Vinny.
I want my freaking cookies, Vince.
Do what? What?
I want my cookies. I want my Girl Scout cookies. I bought like 6 boxes from his daughter.
Oh my God. My neighbors sold me like 20 boxes. I can't eat these cookies. I'm trying to lose weight. I just got back from the doctor, did a cholesterol test. I'm like, those cookies got to go, man. I can't keep these cookies. I love them though. What the class?
So
So
then
what about
it's
the
like-
class? What's this question here, John? When are you going to offer your class on all
John,
this?
oh,
So we set up a class online.
I don't know. Here's my class. You're
do a Zoom
watching it.
class.
Like I'm being upfront. No one's saying this stuff. Everybody just, is
change it to the
let's do
Brutally Honest
30
Club.
days of making some videos in a row. And I see all this stuff and I say to myself, what are these people wasting their time doing this stuff?
Yeah.
Like, and they all want to support each other. But you know what you should be doing? Stop supporting each other and get some work done. If you're in your comfort zone, you're not growing.
Oh,
You're
that's
not
always
growing.
true. That's always true. That's like that old musician's
And so
adage. If
that's
you
why
practice-
people don't
yeah.
want to show up here.
If you're
They don't want to
failing
show
away-
up in this live stream because they don't want to hear
right over me.
this.
You see that?
They don't want to hear
He
this.
just wants to hear himself tonight. He's really in a week.
No,
without a mic, and
I'm
he's
passionate
he's
about
passionate.
this, and it's true. It's true, and I'm going to be doing stuff like this
I
in
love
the
his
future
passion.
where
No,
we
I'm
go
not-
on
I'm
and
not
on.
here- I'm not here to crap on your passion. I'm just loving it. I just didn't want to. I felt like I was interrupting you, but I couldn't. I wanted to. I got to run the show.
Oh, no clue about stream.
Guys, I've given up on the
Oh, thank
6400.
you,
Look
Full
at
Monty.
Anfisa, why is it just a price thing? And to follow up on your point, Anfisa, an iPhone does very
Can't
well.
find it anywhere.
Well, that's true. As far as the iPhone, you can make an iPhone look really, really, really good. So don't even stress going out
Yeah.
and buying. It may be the last thing you really need of all the things that you want to do.
It'll be around. She
Yeah.
lives in Alaska, so
I
it's
know.
not an easy
I
task.
know, that's
I was
true.
down in Georgia. I grow my peaches
Hey,
down in
Jim.
Georgia, and I was down there,
Jim
and
Boswell.
I couldn't find any cameras for sale. I was looking for cameras for sale from New
Elo
Jersey
Friday.
as I was driving down through Virginia and North Carolina to Georgia. I was looking to buy people's cameras if they were willing to give them to me for the right price, and I couldn't find any.
Are you giving away one tonight, though?
And
You
I
could
come-
do that. You probably have a couple extra.
And I come back up here, and there's several that I could buy right off the bat in my
Elo,
area.
how you doing, sir? Nice to see you on a Friday. It is a happy Friday. We've never streamed on a Friday, but we thought, we got
Hi,
some
Jim.
friends around here. Let's go
Hi,
ahead.
Chalet.
Let's go ahead and say hello to everybody. I'll get caught up here.
I love hearing it. I went into rant.
I wanted to
TikTok
see
the
what.
other day. So I mean,
Oh man,
I know
that's a sweet thing
Ken
to say.
doesn't
I
mind
appreciate
talking about this.
it. Thank you.
Elo, I know these people aren't afraid to. No one's saying it though. Like no one wants to say it, and
Say
no
it.
one wants to say these things. And
Oh,
I'm just saying the
yeah.
things we've been saying.
Yeah.
They want to. You can't go and interview the same people 3 times in 1 year. You can't. That's not going to get you anywhere. Like, do you understand that the reason why I get any kind of inkling of anything when I do an interview from people is because I sit there and I tell the truth and I have my own theory on everything. I don't regurgitate everything that people say. And right
Merce?
now,
Nice to see you.
it just irritates people to hear that I even say things that I say. Like,
Dakota Slayer.
you know? And you know what? Like Tom Buck did that Blue Yeti, whatever.
The other day, yep.
And the guy came on and he said that Blue Yeti is like garbage, right? And the thing is, Tom went to go and discuss about how it meant something
Yeah.
years back. And I get that. I get all that, right?
Yeah.
But it's 2022. And my point is, all these people, they go to Best Buy and it's marketing. Best Buy has the Yeti out there. They don't have much of anything else. So people don't know where to go. They don't have the information. A lot of people aren't watching YouTube that should be using YouTube and getting more information. So it's about the information that's out. It's not about busting the chops. I bust the chops because we have fun. Okay,
Yeah,
I don't,
right.
don't
It's
think
a-
the
it's
Blue
a
Yeti
fun
sounds
chop buster.
that
We're
bad.
not really judging anybody except ourselves.
Right. Like I don't think it sounds bad at all, but it's just like I don't know in this day and age. I don't know why you would be buying that for the price and the money. That's what I'm saying.
There's way better options at that
It should-
price and
there
money.
should be
but-
other choices you
But
should
you
be
know, you
making.
got Best Buy out there, and people are going to go there. It's the only real point of purchase you can make now in person, and for the most part, and people are just going to listen to that kid with the shirt on, and they're like, "Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah.
That kid's going to love it."
Dr. Elo says it right here. They're making the videos that are popular,
Yep.
that are going to be shown 1.5 million times, and you can't blame them, right? So people watch that, but it's not really the factual information. These people are crapping in their pants because if they're not good, they're jumping into YouTube,
Yep.
and this is their only way to make money. This is their living. Okay. So if they're not making enough on YouTube, they're not going to be doing videos anymore. So
it's going to get worse for Twitch, because new Twitch monetization with partners is going to change from like 70-30 to 50-50, even in the midline gamers. So people are talking about losing a lot of jobs, a lot of hours, a lot of money. You're going to see a lot of streamers going back to work. Let's put it that way, if this does end up being that way.
Well, going back to a different work.
Different work. Ken, he loves hearing it. I went around and TikTok live the other day. I'm sorry I missed that. Good rants are good to find. TH2, I saw you're hanging around. I wanted to say hello to you. It's been, at least a couple days or weeks or whatever. So I want to say hi and hope you're doing well.
And that's the problem with Best Buy, Yep. And that's the problem when these people don't have anywhere to go. They don't have a B&H to go to.
No.
They don't have choices.
No, I mean, what are people doing? Everything's Amazon right now, and everybody bitches about Amazon because it's all Chinese stuff. But then it's like I got to go there because it's all the cheapest I can find, and that's the easiest way to get it these days with pandemics. And I'm busy, and I'm kind of lazy. I don't want to go. I don't even want to go to Best Buy. And I don't know about you, but our Best Buy, they closed the one down they had just built a couple years ago. Then there's one about maybe 5 miles away. I go down there, and half of it's like gated off inside.
Yeah.
There's no stock. The stuff they do have looks like it's came from Russia. It was already 2 years old. It's like, who's buying anything in Best Buy? For God's sakes, it's absolutely horrendous.
I told you, I've had this discussion with you. They could hire me as a consultant, and I could make the sales in their stores so much better. They have a tiny little streaming section. It should be triple the size that it is right now.
Yep.
It should be triple the size of cameras, and they don't have anybody because no one's on the cutting edge of knowing what's hot. That is obviously working for this company because they don't have the stuff in stock, so
I don't know what they're doing.
Whatever.
Seriously. I remember Circuit City.
They could
Best Buy cobwebs in Alaska. I'm actually not shocked. I'm surprised it even has doors open, to be honest with you. I mean, here it's ridiculous. I don't know. I was shocked. I was sad to see how bad Best Buy's dropped,
So of the people that are in here that have a channel and are actually trying to do something with it, what is like one of the biggest surprises in your first year that slammed you in the face? That was like, oh my God, was it doing your SEO? Was it setting up tags by themselves? Did you even know what it was? I still see a lot of people that also. Their titles are so long and there's no direction in their title. Like YouTube is looking at your title, your description, and your tags, and they're putting that together to push out your video. And then someone's got a video about something that's worthy, and then the description of the video, the title, is like so long. Who do you think's gonna look that up? Like it's not even a key. There's no keywords in it. There's nothing that ties it together. And then the only other thing I see people doing is when it's popular stuff, they have no problem dropping Will Smith's name or someone else's topic in there, and they'll use that to pull in and get videos. But out of other people, like what is your like one thing, you guys, that maybe was like a smack in the face that was really hard?
Yeah, where you're like, oh, I didn't sign up for this. While they're thinking about that, Uncle Stu, I mentioned a little bit further back, John, many people do not want to do the work. It's hard work. It is hard work. It's hard work not only physically, it's also an emotional beatdown for a lot of people. And to overcome that takes an additional work they didn't count on. He says, I have to research.
They don't want to do the hard work, but they want to get successful.
But there's other emotional aspects to this, I'm saying. So I have to do the research, write a script, and find B-roll. Where's the best place to find? Well, there's so many places. I remember we talked about B-roll. I have a bunch of, it depends on what kind of B-roll you're looking for. I saw Ken mention motion ray. Motion ray is really good. Go into Pexels, Pexels.com. They have free video.
Envato.
Who?
Envato has a ton of B-roll and stock footage. All you have to do is look up stock footage, and then you'll have everything pop up. But the thing is, it's also about, I know not every B-roll works out well for, what you want to do, but also learning how to do B-roll by yourself, that's a hard thing to do also.
It is. That's a whole other thing. And I want to do all my B-roll myself.
Yep.
And that took a lot out of me on that first video, and I had to really sit back and go, what am I doing here?
Right. Product B-roll is tough.
It's really tough. It's another aspect of the game. And then you have to do music, and you have to, you can get away with it with Epidemic, but still, choices of music, right? Viewers are more sheep and have no way to think for themselves. Biggest takeaway. It's his hot take.
I mean,
viewers are more sheep.
Tommy,
and have no way to
it's
think for themselves.
everything, right? Is that with everything? I mean, that's with everything.
Don't
so
hold back.
it's also with YouTube, but what are you going to do? I mean, here's the thing. I'm a tiny little channel. Jeff's a tiny little channel. Why is anyone going to listen to us? Like, rather than somebody that has 50. Now, I know for a fact that there's these channels out there and they got 50,000 subscribers. They're not even in the tech scene and they're offering classes on stuff. Mm-hmm. And people go.
I know. It is what it is.
And then they come out of there. You know what happens? It didn't go so well.
It usually doesn't.
For them.
It's Rodrigo says, nah, John, for me, was realizing my audio levels are never consistent, which is audio levels for your, and you want those for your videos. You don't need someone going into one of your videos and then another video in your playlist and you're moving all over the place. That's really rough on them, or even through the same video. Minimize it after a while, dedicate a laptop for video editing. Yeah, you got to really put some time into audio editing is an issue, and there are better tools these days, but you still got to think about it a little bit. And YouTube has its own.
You asked my wife.
What? I want to say hi.
You asked my wife.
Wacko Smack. I want to say hi to Wacko Smack. Look at that.
Wacko Smack. That's like what I'm doing right here. I'm Wacko Smacking everybody here. Getting hits and subs on music channel isn't easy.
It is not.
I mean, I'm sure there's not. It's not easy getting subs anywhere.
I'm going to just say I've watched a lot of people reviewing comics and people watching music for the first time channels.
It's easier.
Yeah. But for people wanting to do real content, John is 1,000% on.
Real content.
Yeah. If you're doing your real content that you want to do and not sitting there just watching somebody else and their creativity. And I'm not saying I don't watch some of that. I'm just saying, come on, man, you got 100,000 subs and all you're doing, you stop twice in the video to make one comment. And okay, come on. But getting hits and subs on a music channel isn't easy. It's a lot of competition.
Reaction stuff.
When you say in your music channel, are you? What are you saying here? Are you writing your own original music? Are you?
That's even harder.
Are you reviewing music? Like, give us some insight into when you say music channel. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Ken.
And let us know how. Is that a new person, by the way?
Huh? What?
Are they new? Have they ever stopped in here?
I've never seen Wacko Smack, and I want. Yeah, we should all welcome Wacko Smack to the community here and say hello.
Yeah,
confetti.
Let us know how you found us if you can.
Yeah, let us know. And when this video's over, we don't drop them in the stream, but come back and this thing's over and drop please drop your link in the comments somewhere for us to find it. The community here will find you and we'll get you some subs, and everybody get over and check them out. Give them a minute. Get over to Wacko Smack and give him a sub and let's get him moving. Yeah. That would be lovely.
I'm trying to get my son to do some electronic music of his own too.
Oh, really? Okay. And I just.
Yeah, I'm introducing him to the DAWs and trying to show him some stuff.
I realize Pixels is not the richest in quantity for free, but I'm just saying there's some things there.
No.
Obviously, their photos are much better, but it's a place to start. I think you got to
take a look. You got to take a look at a couple different things.
I agree with you. It's not the richest for free, but
I'm not using any of that stuff.
I'm making my own.
At some point, you have to discuss what is how much money's coming in and how much money's going out. Yeah. So you have to kind of weigh those odds, and when you're ready, then sure, that's great.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Dr. Rob. Well, look, I got stuck after the new year when we slowed down the streaming, and I had put up my video, was doing really well, and then I got into some things, and now I'm not pivoting, but I'm trying to really dig into my stuff that I probably should have done a year ago, and my subs slowed down a little bit. Now I'm getting, interestingly, I'm getting more subs off my Goal XLR video I did because, as John and I said, if you do videos, quality videos that give out some information, it is true, you get views and you will get subs off of those, and you do want those. You want those to curate overnight and do things while you're sleeping. It's a real deal. And so I'm going to catch up. John's really starting to get his engine reset, but we really burned a lot of capital in the last year live streaming, and I think we're finally hitting our stride again. And all of you really helped us, by the way. Thank you for sticking with us and supporting us and being around, because you're a big part of us continuing on and doing what we do, and we just love to hang out with you guys. And let me just I'm going to bounce here a couple things. I want to catch up with the Wacko Smack, and he says, write my own original. Oh, fantastic. I'm definitely going to check you out, man. I'm going to definitely get over there.
That's good.
And hit the Whack a Smack. Rob Allen, keep punching away, my friend. What is Tommy? You should spend a few months in our niche and see how viewers swoon over channels and actually take business strategies from them because of sub count. Won't even look at their store and vet them. So it's true. People kind of take those sub counts, and it's like mouse to light. Then they run right into the zapper. I don't know why people are so hung up on that. I mean, I get it, but to use subs as a strictly, that's what you're going to value content. That's the only value there. That's the only way to judge the credibility of somebody. He's right.
Because these people don't want to be resellers anymore. They want to be YouTube celebrities.
Arkansas living. I missed you. I'm sorry.
They're trying to turn it in, but that goes like it goes everywhere. The thing, there's a certain amount of truth to everything that I'm saying about the videos that they make. I mean, let's just be truthful. Like, if you're going to do stuff on an M1 Mac, it's going to get a lot of views, and it makes sense. As long as that person that's doing the video is giving a super honest opinion and not a paid off view. Have you noticed that there's some content creators out there, every time they just, their end product, and they're discussing a couple different items, they're like, well, they're all good products. No, they're not all good products. You just don't want to say anything because you don't want to, worry about the backlash of this company even reaching out to you again. And I understand there's a certain amount of business that you want to be savvy with all that, but you also want to be true to the people. And at least if I have 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers, and all those people let me say what I want to say about those things, and people say, hey, I'm here because that guy's telling me the truth, I'm way better off than the guy with 1 million subs. That's the way I feel, So
absolutely, you'd rather be impressed with quality than what Tommy's even saying. Screwing around with this quantity idea is not really where it's at. And Wacko Smack, and I've got to take a look at your channel. I'd love to do it. So I don't know what kind of videos you're making, if it's something you're playing, if it's something you're just putting out audibly with some kind of visual. I'd be anxious to check that out and see what you're doing. So if you can give me a few days next week when we stream, pounce back and have a little more information. I'd love to see it. I'm sure John would too. I appreciate it. So the channel was recommended. Well, we're happy to have you stop in and drop any information and ask away any questions. We'll see if we can push you in that direction. And
I don't watch anybody's stuff but my own, so
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's up to JA. I don't watch anybody else's stuff.
So, I check in. I want to check stuff out, especially musicians. Wacko Smack is in Australia. Well, so great to see you.
That's awesome.
We got a couple of people from Australia, so that's really cool. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you. No brainer. Call it Here we go. Call it pre-recorded videos instead. Here we go again.
He still remembers.
He's laughing.
You still remember. That irritates the crap out of me. Yeah. All of a sudden, everybody.
It's not like I'm not being honest, though, Ken. I'm being honest here now. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, my llamas are here somewhere. They're back. I don't know. They're over here grazing. I had to move the pastures around. They were getting a little too short. I gotta get more llamas.
No, I mean.
Yeah.
I just see a lot of, there comes to a certain point that you got to start hanging around. That's like that old saying. It's like, what is that saying? You hang around with whatever, you can't fly, turkeys.
I think it's kind of like you go to bed with pigs, you wake up with pigs.
Something, yeah, pretty much similar.
I don't know if that's
right?
what you're trying
Which
to get
is
at. Or,
like, you got to start getting around people that are going to start supporting, your forward motion. you can't just be around everyone that's the same in the same boat, in the same, like, I did Lita. I was done. Like, I jumped out of there. I was already running full force before I even started that. And it's like, I came out of there. I didn't kiss anybody's butt. No one gave a crap about what I did, and I was way above what the level was at that time. And I knew nothing. And I didn't stick around and just sit there. I did. And I was like, okay, all you people can go and start some other, you start some other Facebook group and hang out in there and stroke each other's egos for a half a year. And I'm going to start YouTube. So whatever the case is, I don't, there's reasons why people do that stuff, and I get it. But the thing is, I'm talking about the people that are serious. Not the people that are just like, okay, this is,
there's a lot of people
it's going to be.
There's going to always be, look at the numbers.
I'm serious.
The number of people who actually get monetized is so tiny because most people are going to be living out on the edges of the big planet, right? They're never going to.
Ken, it's not going to be helpful for someone like Ken Lita.
No,
people, if you're in there year after year, you're there to just suck up people for subbing. Okay. And if you think that you're going to pick up 100 subs of those kinds of people and that's going to make you better each year, then your whole mindset is off pace.
Yeah.
Because those aren't the people who are going to be watching perhaps your stuff. Like, I don't want a bunch of people. The only thing I could say is, like, my tech and my live streaming skill can translate into the people that want to have a YouTube channel. So yeah, eBay resellers, whoever wants to have a YouTube channel or wants to learn how to stream on a different level, then they can learn from me. But like, say you're want to start a dog sitting business, and I'm just saying, like, I don't want people that aren't going to watch my stuff just subbing to me and never watching my stuff.
I'm with you. So that's a sage advice. And I just want to step back and why we have Whack a Smack here. Let's just look at it. So you've got
the
one
full
song.
Monty. Better watch my stuff.
Got one song. I got one song at the moment, but I'm after Pointer's get my channel going. So this is fresh. If you got one song right there,
it's fresh.
I mean, the first thing that John and I would say is you're going to want to consistently get product. Don't worry about being seen. You know what I mean? At this point, this is not your world. It should be not about seen and subs. Okay, that will come. You got to get that. If you can get one video, I don't know what your videos are like, so I don't know how often you can get them done, especially with the original music. But this is a repetition game. In order to get in front of people, there are a couple things you're going to have to do, and that one is get some stuff consistently going. Right? You're going to need these videos out consistently. And you do need to think about how you are, and I don't know, do you know how to title these, like John was alluding to? Do you know how to title these correctly for your best option? Do you know how to do a little tagging to get these maybe thrown out there and get the eyeballs that you want seen on this, right? You can't just put a video out there, one video, and then wait for a month. I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just saying that's just not going to happen. You're going to need that consistency. So I don't know how.
He's saying it.
How often can you
stop
get that
waiting
out?
a month?
I know. I was got a million people here because you talk so much. I can't see my friends.
They're all talking amongst themselves.
I know they don't care what we
get out of the box and fly. Get out of the box and fly. That's what we're saying. Right?
Get out of the box and fly.
Dr. Rob is saying it. I'm saying it.
Everybody's saying
That's it.
I know. I just want to put a little more realism to it, though. I mean, what is fly? People say just hit record. What the hell does that mean? I get so tired of that. Just hit record.
Ask Ken. Ask Ken. He had to make a video about it. He had to make a video about what he meant because you don't want to come off like it's that simple. It's not. But
that's the thing. That's what
we're basically saying. Just don't sit there.
He's not selling platitudes. He's selling a solution, and that's what we want. I don't need the platitudes. No one's going to sit here and snowball you here that we put out one video, you're good. Your quality may be very good, but you're going to have to get consistent with it. If you could do one a month, start there and then try to up that a little bit. But make sure you get, maybe instead of worrying about subs right now, good place to start worrying about titling. If you don't know how to title your videos well, and some tagging. That would be a great place to start on that end, and you can always up that. Yeah. And make sure your thumbnails are in the right place. I'll take a look, and I love that Cashew threw up your link. So, and I see a couple of people have subbed already over there, and I'll sub and be happy to go out there and take a look as well.
But
And
that's
Jeff,
just
I know
like,
you
you can
you're
do
honest, but you
work.
don't yell. I know I don't yell. I try to soften a little bit of that dude on my. Is that he on my left?
I don't
Am I
yell.
looking?
You don't want to hear me yell. Jeff heard me yell once.
I heard him yell once, and I have yet to shake that off. He didn't yell at me, but it was not a pleasant moment.
So
Oh, just sub. That's awesome. Sub
you can
guy.
do work, right? Thank you. I appreciate
Love
that.
that.
You
Dog,
can
you're
do
great. Love
work,
it.
but that doesn't mean that it's going to equate to anything, right?
Fantastic community.
Some people do work all the time and they never move forward. So that's why we're trying to give you the ideas of the things that you need to start prioritizing what you need to spend time on and what you don't need to spend time on. And that just becomes real important because let me tell you, I know for a fact that it's easy to just be overwhelmed with all this stuff and then not move forward. Like you get to
paralyzing.
work. I've talked about this a million times of how I have that whole thing and I'm starting to slowly get out of it where I don't have to record a whole video in one sitting and I don't have to get editing that night. I could just go and record the video and be happy with it or a portion of it. And I'm starting to do those types of things and it's going to help me be, because you have to just have a workflow that works. And it can't be like start and finish a project in one day.
No, and that's why, I see you had, because Tommy kind of rang something I was going to warn him about, but he says, of course you read that. I have a few videos in the works at the moment, but I'm having to juggle a lot and working, and Tommy's coming with something that is really important, and that is, but if you wait, you get a soft reset. So you might be better batching and getting enough product, I call it product or shipments ready, where you can put it out there at least every couple weeks while you're building behind it. So maybe you don't put any more out for even 2 months while you build and build. Maybe you have 4 to 6 videos, and then you build some buffer so you can work behind that number, because otherwise you're always going to be battling the soft resets of YouTube, and they don't reward us for being inconsistent.
You have to have a plan.
Yeah.
You have to have some type of plan.
I know you can do this, but you might have to you might have to get some inventory, and so you can plan that out there. And there's something really good about having a little bit of an inventory, and it's something that a mistake I made at the beginning too.
Yeah. Make 50 songs and then put them up every week, a new one, before you start your channel.
And that sounds weird, but you'll get way more traction doing that than trying to put one a month. Obviously, you won't get any traction doing that, really. And so if you'd be better off spending the next, say, 4 or 6 months, and I'm going to sit down, I'm going to make these a ton, 20, 40, 60 videos, whatever. And then put them out every week. And then now those are set. And while those are going for how many months, because you've got how many out there, you should be able to get enough to put one a week out once those run out. That will really, really juice you up and put you in the right place, especially if you've got thumbnails and titles and some tagging, learning along the way. If you can get that recipe going on, you won't be worrying about subs growing. They'll grow. They're gonna happen for you. I may not make you feel bad. Stop. No, you're gonna make me feel bad about myself now. I'm the only one here who's got compassion. Stop that. Just don't stagnate. That's the problem, right? I heard that.
I mean, I've done it a few times. It's hard to be consistent when you have a life and this is not your full-time job. I get it.
Not, yeah. And Don, I really believe that I was. I'm pretty soft on people, but I am pretty honest. Like I don't want to like BS somebody so they're out there hurting themselves. I really liked what you showed me and said. I know there's things along the way production wise, but God, I mean, it's a first time thing you did, and I know that people haven't seen it. I agree. In your case, I just think it's time for you to move past the doubt, and if that really mattered to you, then it really makes me feel good. I love the subs, you guys. I love the support you give in Whack a Smack. I really love that. I hope that the device helped. Yeah. I really do. And I really like to see people understand that, sometimes it's better to batch than to keep tripping down a well that's going to get you nothing, because that one a month thing is really brutal. And you're working hard doing that and you're not getting anything for it, Rodrigo says, my titles and thumbs are boring, but intentional. Today I realized I had 90. It's a really, I read nice, but intentional. Today I realized that's like saying, she's not pretty, but she's got great personality. Today I realized I have 98 videos, which rendered me 540 subs so far, slowly. I still have a lot of content in my mind. But, dude, 95 videos rendering 540 subs. Congrats.
You're not far off.
You're
the
really
average.
not. You know, you're doing it. And if they're boring but intentional, maybe that's something you could tweak. But here's the deal: you could always do an A/B test in a way and go back to some of those and say, well, some of these were intentional, but maybe I should try to make a few unboring and see if they grab people better. You know, if that's pick a couple, one that's doing kind of weak, see if you can juice up that and kind of track it a little bit.
You know, I think that's the key of some things is, you know, when you have a channel. In the beginning, you may not be so comfortable in front of the camera and be able to express, you know, the way you want. But if your information is important and people are looking for these topics, you can be boring and still people want to watch you because the information is vital.
So good.
I watched somebody that was so boring and I was so into their video.
I know.
Because I'm learning how to change the transmission fluid in my wife's
Did you
Acura
watch it at like 2
RDX.
times speed and try to juice it up a little bit? And sometimes I have to do that just to get some.
Oh, I only had to watch it once. I'm a pretty good mechanic, but the thing was, I was into it, but the guy wasn't engaging really. But I was into it, and I had 20,000 views in a few years, and because people are looking for that type of information, you know, I've thought about making a channel like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, there's this certain type of information that is hard to find, or you find it and it's explained so poorly. You're like, I know less now than when I started watching this video. So I don't need pizzazz when I'm fixing my brakes. I need good information so I don't end up into the Kmart or something. You know what I mean? Like, I just want good information. Yeah.
Right.
What's up?
So Patrick is everyday tech.
Yes.
If you guys own a Mac. You're heavy into that, you need to go and check out his channel. We overlap some stuff, but he's got some really cool stuff. He's heading out to go to bed. Go check out Everyday Tech. And you guys should be checking out each other because just about everybody that's here are looking to grow their channel and be, you know, and be dedicated to trying to grow their channel. And so, you know, check out each other's channels and support where you can. I know it's not like, listen, you know, the truth of the matter is you may not watch all their stuff, but it you know, we talk about having, even if you go and make comments on people's videos, I do that a lot of times. I may not be into their content, but then I go and say, yo, your video looks a lot better, or you sounded really good. And, you know, something like that lets them know. And they're surprised that I'm watching. And the same thing happens to me. I'm very surprised. Like, we got Has Life. He just stopped in here. He's on the Potomac probably fishing. Got 300 people watching his fishing channel. He's got a personality the size of a whale. Not, I didn't mean that in like a bad way. But he's got this personality, and his channel's growing. And I'm thankful to have met people like that and met all the people that we've met streaming in the past year. We went ballistic with streaming. And what I need to do is reel in that kind of energy and put it into some videos and be more me in my videos, because it's easy for me to be me in my lives.
And part of that, we talked about, part of it
a lot of people are reversed.
When you start, we both are going into so many people, and we talk about Tom Buck, for example, but we're a lot of directions, right? And what happens, it starts to kind of get into you too much. Where sometimes you get enough of that, you got to step out and allow yourself a buffer and be yourself. And it's fine to take from others and learn from others, but at some point you don't want to be living in their world, in their DNA, right? So you really want to spend time, step away, and allow yourself to be creative. And it's fine. Be inspired by them, be influenced by them. That's how all creativity is done. But yeah, don't get locked into constantly being in their worlds thinking that's where the stuff is going to come from. I agree with you on Patrick. Tommy says, that's why I'm on break, getting a reset and changing over to a live police chase and Johnny Depp reaction channel. You got to hurry up. That Johnny Depp thing's going to end, probably probably next year. The way this thing.
Yeah,
going.
I mean,
My God,
it's nice
so
because
ridiculous.
you can come back with some enthusiasm, and that's all important, you know. And but being true to yourself and being true to your channel and what your channel's about, and being true to yourself though just allows you to have more fun in everything you do.
Official
Jeff.
high
Like
has-
I can't.
How you doing, sir?
I have to be me. You know, I
What's the song
can't
in
be held back. So.
I have to be
You know,
me.
I and people may not like me for that, and I know for a fact that some people don't. And the thing is, though, I call out a stinky fish. You know what I'm saying? Like when someone stinks, I call it out, and I don't like it, and people are uncomfortable with that. But I'm not here to make friends. I'm here because I want to do something and accomplish something.
And we talked about it.
Along the way,
and we should just and have friends and hang. We're just going to be
have
honest
friends
with
I
you.
like.
Yeah, friends you like. I mean, that was one of the things we talked about recently, and we talked about a little bit. We're like, we need to kind of like we need to do a little more of the real stuff, because you're not helping people when you pull punches, to be honest with you. And right now, live streaming, I mean, for him and I mean, whatever. We're here to have fun and teach and learn. But come on, it's not going to make or break us. We just want to like get some information out there, and you might as well do it and be real. You might as well just tell the truth about it, and in a way that you hope pushes people in the right direction. That's all this is. It isn't about. It's kind of like you got your friends, you get 20 best friends, and you see them. You're like, they need a shower.
20.
I'm going to tell you, you need to take a shower, okay? Because I'm your friend.
You have a lot of friends.
I know. You need.
Right.
Only a couple
You're right.
of
And the
Take
thing
a
is,
shower.
a friend will
You're not
say
gonna do
it.
the job.
Right. And people, and then they'll be like,
it's
really? And, instead,
Tracy.
like, what happens to the most of the people, Dr. Elo doesn't, he needs to take a shower. Guy needs to shower. And he needs a little bit of that. What's that? Dr. Squatch, maybe, instead. Dr. Elo could use some Dr. Squatch.
Oh, that's the Squatch soap, right? Isn't
My
it?
my son loved it.
that
He
ads
got it
are
for
just
Christmas,
cracking-
and he
I love
loves
those
it.
ads.
It is good stuff, though.
Is it good stuff, or is it just good
It
ads?
is.
Okay, because a lot of stuff
No,
is
it's
good
good
ads, and
stuff.
you go,
It really
come on,
is.
it's
It's
crap.
good quality, too.
It's right up. You always see those and the mattress ones and all that stuff. It's
Listen,
like, come on, man.
obviously you people have no problem with YouTube, because we asked, what was some of the harder things you've had to deal with, and no one put anything in. So YouTube is obviously easy for everybody here.
For everybody's easy. It's easy.
Everybody's got it going easy.
I mean, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. For me, starting out, my biggest trouble is I can learn the
didn't
tech,
really
I can
care
learn the
about you.
process, I can learn editing. I know how to do music. It's really content. I kind of jumped into this in a weird way, and
Thanks, Kevin.
I had my left foot into music and the music world and life and touring
Yeah.
and doing things, and I had my another foot stuck into web design and other type of stuff. And then I go to do this, and I'm like, I don't really know what my focus is. And so if you don't have some kind of thing, it's a little bit difficult to start moving in the direction you
Yeah,
want.
but wasn't
to
it your mindset too? It was like a mindset. Like, I think some people get hung up on different things.
Yes. Yeah. It's mindset. Like
And yours wasn't unusual at all.
no. I mean, for
Not
me,
unusual, not
no,
uncommon.
No, I think what happened though is I calculated my channel when I went into Lita, and then we came out, and then I was kind of pushing myself into tech because I was setting things up. So I came more and more focused on tech. But the truth of it is, we call it inner
Yeah.
tech. I'm more interested on the inner tech. I'm more interested on your mindset.
You
your
weren't
productivity.
being true to yourself.
There you go.
You didn't know where your
That's it.
direction was yet.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
That's it. You're right.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
so now I'm
but that
refocusing
takes
that.
time, and that's okay. Yeah.
It is,
And then
especially
you'll
if
have
you're all
other
in a-
people, and I know Ken has talked about this too, is that, you'll have people say, oh, you got to niche down, you got to niche down, you got to niche down, and you got to do it sooner. The sooner you do it, the better. That seems to be like everyone's advice. And
It is. It's a
I don't
default
think that's
device.
always. It's great if you're niching down into something that no one else is, and you can take that market over, and you can really blow it up and work it and all that jazz. But you also, all of us are fairly new, and it's more about being new and finding your cause, your reason, and excelling upon it, because you don't want to be these people, listen, you're my friend still. I've seen you guys change your channels 3 times in 1 year. And I get it. I know it's hard, and you can do that, but it's a lot of energy to change your channel 3 times
fire
and
up
start
an
from
engine.
scratch.
It's such a deal. It's a commitment. Yeah.
And that's a lot of not knowing where you wanted to be and begin with. So really, what are you doing YouTube for? Are you doing it for people to look at you and say, hey, that guy's a YouTuber? Or are you doing it for you?
Let me
then I start to wonder, like, what's your reason then?
And that matters. Rodrigo, kind of piggybacking, best moment as a creator is the you know what moment. And that's when you explore one extra yard further into your own potential. Yes. And it's a way of, and it's another way of saying you're kind of honoring yourself. Like, I like that. You're valuing yourself when you do something like that. And sometimes you don't hit gold, but anytime you put that effort out there into yourself, you're always going to win. Dr. Elo says, I promise I showered. I do not smell like.
No, I'm
well,
sure.
You know what? It wasn't you, Dr. Elo. We don't want to bring people out, but there's a couple of people in here who need to take a bath. Just kidding.
And he's talking about Lita and about he would never, he's grateful for it. I could care less if I have done it. It didn't do anything for me really, except it let me meet some of the people. But to be honest with you, it was more exhausting ripping myself away from a lot of the people. The problem is that group was sucking the life out of me because I don't know what it is. All the people there need their handheld worse than I've ever seen anywhere else. And I'm not that. And that's why I'm not good with groups. I am, and I've said this over and over again, is I don't need to be in someone else's group. If I join someone's group, that's fine. And you may not see me like supporting it and everything, but I'm not going to go join 1,000 million groups. I'm just not going to. I tried that a couple times and it didn't work out well.
I don't need to do it again. I met some people, and so I'm grateful for that
Good night, Stu.
opportunity. But I feel like I made my success out of that. But it is what it is, and we move on, man. Let me get caught up here. I'm getting back behind myself, but there's some.
No, I'm just saying hi. You don't have to get caught up to nothing. Okay, just say hi.
What is this? What is he saying here? What is holding us back is not editing highlights, clips, doing actual titles, thumbnails, also keeping Tracy sober is a challenge. Now, what I want to know is, place those in the order of what is hardest.
That's great.
That's funny. Tracy, it's your turn.
And there's,
it's hilarious.
The blessing here is, I know you feel the same way, is that if we are walking away with meeting some really cool people that I see myself being friends with for a long time.
Some dear friends. Yeah. Crazy.
And even making maybe stronger connections as we move forward. But I also, and the thing is as you get monetized, I just tell people, make sure you put your energies in the right place. Be careful where you let people enter.
You mean after you get monetized?
In your lives.
You mean after you get monetized?
Yeah, like I know we reach to get monetized. We are all reaching, for the most point. I don't think there's like a perfect way to do it always, but listen, is Ken still here? Ken, you still here?
Yeah, he's popping in and out. I think he's still around.
If I look at Ken, right now he works. He's one of the harder workers, right? When it comes to his channel and producing and getting stuff out there.
Crazy.
And he's working hard, but he's going to want to get away from, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, right? Because I know he thinks this. He wants to get away from what he came from into YouTube for, right? So he started another channel. It was a beer channel.
Yeah.
And he's lucky to have people follow him into his next channel because they want to start YouTube also. Bye, Stu. Yeah, I said bye already. So it was him. Now they're supporting him, but also for him to grow. Of course, he wants to reach out to everybody, And the bearded people is who he has connections with now. But if you notice, Ken does not stop making videos each week,
right.
And because he's smart enough to know that he's not just going to get bearded people subbing to his channel, right? To grow. He's going to find people that want to grow on YouTube, and therefore he makes that effort of doing it all a lot. He knows what he's doing is what I'm saying.
He does.
He's got a plan, and it's going to work. So
there's no doubt. That's just waiting. Like the target's already been hit. It's just time. Ela says, I never made a penny.
Yeah, but I know what he's thinking. He's like,
nobody makes money over there.
Yeah.
Over we believe you. Ken is here, by the way, in case you were wondering. Yeah, that divorce over there was definitely up there with the debt for a child. Tommy, it was ugly, and it's still I guess it's kind of resolved itself at this point, but I don't know. It's kind of ugly. Dividing up dogs and stuff.
I mean, I'm just saying, here's the crazy thing, because we were saying this last year, and I was like, oh, I'm going to keep on doing YouTube. This is one thing, right? Here, listen to this, right? This was one thing that I would say I was probably wrong with. And I've already given credit once, but I'll say it again. Zan the man, who used to come into our streams and stuff a lot, and he started streaming, and he's got his own channel, and he's working his way. But Zan came in and he's like, John, he reached out to me, and we were talking privately, and he's like, you need to start your own thing. You need to start doing some streaming stuff. You need to start doing some consultation work. Start offering something to people. And I was like, no, I want to just keep on giving. I want to just keep on making my, videos and doing my live streams, because I think it's too early. No one knows who I am. No one gives a crap. I'm not known well enough. Mm-hmm. Well, then you have 3 or 4 people reach out to you on a personal level. And then you start thinking, like, what the heck am I doing? Yeah, I didn't want to reach out to you. I wasn't sure if you would do. And I'm not ready. I'm not ready for any of that. I don't have the landing page set up. I don't have a lot of these things that I should have ready. But the people are asking me. And so I was like, I had to do something about that. But what I'm saying is, it's a learning lesson for me. These people are telling me that I am ready, right? And so I myself don't even know it. And
well, you need friends that'll tell you and be honest with you. I mean, that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to get hit with a hammer because you don't believe it, because there's this block we have with ourselves and believing in ourselves, right? By the way, that whole thing about the sales pitches, you guys are right. And it is coming from every corner of the world. And I understand that's the way it all works. But man, at some point, can not just be a sales pitch all the damn time. Can it be like, I really care about you? Like, don't pretend like you're giving me free value all the time and stuff. It's just, there are some of these groups, and that's one of them. It's constantly sales pitching me. Even when it's trying not to, or it's claiming not to, it's sales pitching me. It's a little bit much. Give me some value. Let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, if you notice, in certain groups will always attract certain people, and if it keeps on attracting the same type of people all the time, and you can see
nailed it.
The writing's on the wall, right? Yeah. And so and you see where the needs are, and certain people need their hands held like you can't believe. Other people are gonna blow the lid off of things, and so
some people know that, and some people know that businesses. You can keep them in a cycle of purchasing and need, because some people never let go of the hand holding. So you know what I mean? Like, people get very aware of that psychological setup.
Well, I
works
agree
in
with
your
that,
favor.
Ken.
So I'm just saying, and that gets icky really fast.
So No Brainer is saying what we said, or what I said earlier, right? Which is, Zan the Man publicly even brought up the idea of you doing consulting, right? And you know what? I look back, he is right, and I wish he would listen to me with a few other things too. But I'll give him credit that he was on the right course with that. Darn closer than I thought, by the way.
It's true.
And then the other Ken is saying is, if all you do is sell, you'll never sell. That is 100% true. I can't tell you, and we've done this, Jeff, people that are brand new, They have other YouTube channels that have 10,000 subscribers, and then they come on and do their live stream and they sell their stuff for 5 to 7 minutes. Guess who's not there anymore after 2 minutes?
You.
And then who the hell's watching you then? Right? Like, there's a reason you're not growing on your stuff. God. Take notice of the reasons why. I know why I'm not growing.
Yeah, exactly. I know I'm not growing. So, I mean, that's the whole point. Doesn't mean you don't, because you're not growing doesn't mean you don't know why, or doesn't mean you can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is free value? I mean, that's the thing. The whole point of, if you really want to grow something, especially a YouTube channel,
this is free value.
This is free value. I'm not asking
right here.
Now, we can get real philosophical and say, yeah, but I'm watching your free value, but I'm not. And what am I getting? And so I'm giving you my time, and that's valuable. I'm not saying that. But I'm not getting anything returned monetarily, I guess what I'm saying. If you don't have to be here. I'm glad you're here. Love it. But what is free value? I think you know what free value is. Come on, man. You know what you're talking about here. Like if you must give away free value on your channel all the time when you talk about the coins and explain what they are. That's value, right? Free value.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's why. I'm going to tell you something, right? I'm going to be honest with Darren right here. I know why Darren comes to our live streams.
Is he stealing from us?
You know?
Is he stealing money?
Because I reached out to Darren a long time ago. I met him in the StreamYard community. He's one person that I met early and when we were over there. And
thank you for that.
I let him know that I like his knowledge on audio. You know, he has some knowledge on audio. I let him know that I trust him and that we're friends with him. And I've showed up on his live streams, and he's done vice versa for us. And so Darren knows that you know, I've watched him do his in a bar, the karaoke. I've watched an hour and a half, 2 hours of it straight. You know, he's great at it. And there's certain things we make connections with, and I know he has something to offer. He always drops interesting stuff in here. Even while he always used to bust his chops, we used to bust his chops about the Revelator stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And now Personas, right? They came out with some new firmware stuff.
Yeah.
They're getting better. They're not still
better.
great, but
No,
look at
but
their products. The products they're making are good enough, and the software is good enough that, you know, Darren had some knowledge of that and saw it early on.
Rudy been
And
trying
there's
to hold
other
hands
people in
since the
here that we
90s.
make connections with.
Someday tell my
We have a lot of connections.
I got drunk with Darius Rucker once. We opened for them. I should tell that story sometime. That'll be a good one. He
How we
hold
met
hands.
Tommy is funny,
I'm gonna
right?
tell you right now, huh?
How we met Tommy and stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning with him the first time.
I was so tired when we went to there. I'm like, we're just stopping. It
Oh,
was like a
God.
married couple.
Him
We're
and
just
Tracy.
we're going to stop in for 10 minutes, and then we're just going to tell them we got to go home because the kids are tired and the dog's got to go out. And then we were there for 3 hours. It was ridiculous. It was fun. Ken, most people don't mainly buy your products for the products. They buy for the person. You have to build connection, which is really getting back to why you want to do all these videos, why you want to get out there. They don't know who the hell you are, because at the end of the day, it is a personality thing to this. I mean, come on. Yeah. And so you got to give them a reason to figure out who you are, what your value is, who you're about. I know that, and I haven't expressed that through I've done it through live streams, I suppose, but I haven't done it through recorded videos. So I need to translate. Ken, that's just so on target, of course.
You know, Ken does all the TikTok stuff, and Ken does the Instagram Reels, and Haz is saying here about TikTok. Now, I've looked at like a few other channels of people when they do their Reels, and they get like couple hundred views, couple hundred this. And I've only done like 3 or 4, and my average is like 3,000 views.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of confused, and I know that's not a lot and whatever, how it works. But I think that I would say if you have an engaging personality and you're a little bit creative, I'm just starting with that. but I could see where these reels could definitely pull in. I don't know about TikTok. I don't know how much relatability I might have or not have. At some point, maybe I got to try that. But it's TikTok and the reels are very similar. And at this point, I need to get good at them and start learning how to do them. And so I'm going to work on it.
I know that Ken enjoys, he sees the positive value of it. Has does too. And they both have channels that seem to be benefiting from that. So kudos to that. I mean, right now the algorithm definitely working in their favor. It would be interesting to see where this all goes. We'll see what YouTube does to fight back on this in the next year or two. They're going to have to be a little more aggressive. And maybe they're not. Maybe their point is because there's going to, if the way Twitch is going, you're already hearing that I think they're even going to bail. A lot of people are going to bail out of Twitch even more, that were holding on for dear life for the partner cuts they were getting. But I don't think that's going to continue. Who has a swimming? Yeah, who has the pool? Right, you don't want a pool right now, brother. It's like 38 degrees outside right now here. So
yeah, and then
you're not going to want to come here.
The other thing is, I was going to say the other thing is, I forget what I was going to say.
Being real here, our girl. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
I was going to say we're getting, from what they're saying, they're getting like millions upon millions of views on our short content on shorts on YouTube. So they're doing their job.
Mm-hmm. Whether or not it's translating to a lot of people growing their long-term content, I don't know. I think some will because the content is relatable and long-term and the personalities work, and then some won't because other people just want a quick laugh. They don't want to sit through a 10-minute video, a long engagement. So I don't know. I don't know that's going to be across the board successful for everybody, just by the nature of the type of person that loves the shorts. I don't know. I guess time will tell. That doesn't mean you couldn't grow numbers, but I don't know. The engagement's different. So you can grow subs, you can get likes that take people into your community, but are they engaging?
Well, that's
I don't know.
Right. Is it really making that's what I tried to tell. Remember I made that discussion with the owner in my town and they're like, "Oh, TikTok, I'm really growing on that." But are those people spending money in your community, in your business? Like, and then she realized like probably not.
It doesn't matter. I mean, so it's this question to Anfisa is like a 9 million view video. How many subs do you get, Anfisa, and money, and her answer is honest, and that's kind of what's saying. Subs are great, but they don't matter. Views make you the money because in the end of the day, the algorithms care about your viewers' habits, what they're doing with your videos. They don't care about your content. They honestly really don't care about your subs. So it's really going to be about, are your viewers staying there to put eyes on advertisements? Okay. And if they're not, YouTube really don't.
I could see why bigger companies would do it because they're definitely, putting out their product and their brand.
God, $4.
But
$4
is your brand is your brand relatability go along with that? That's what I'm wondering. So then if you're doing that and you're putting the energy, does that relate,
I think in the next couple of years we'll have better numbers on it, but funny how no brainer Rodrigo, funny how I don't think I have a great personality, but I got over 2,300 followers on TikTok in less than a year. Well, it's been 2 years into YouTube. Connection is bigger. But is that connection translating into something? I don't know what's your monetization on TikTok for 2,300 followers, and is that you're seeing that spilling over into YouTube? And where are you going to monetize these numbers? Huh?
And then has got 39,000 subscribers in 1 month. 38,000. You did it in 1 month.
I think people just I think people slap a lot of subs easy on.
But what does that equate?
I don't know.
I'm nobody. I got 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I made 5 times as much as that last month on YouTube. And then you make some money with the Amazon, and then if you want to do some live streams and get some super chats, but I'm not,
what's
I'm
the
not there yet.
monetization
No one
like on
thinks
TikTok? How many subs do you need to start making some good money?
No one wants to listen to our crap anyway, so.
That was my Go XLR video. I gotta get that updated as I talk about it. Yeah, so Tommy's take on it is that TikTok highly inflates everything in his opinion. Repeated view counts, scrolling past counts. If not, the same result would happen elsewhere. That's really what happened to Twitter the other day, right? So Twitter is like boasting about their numbers over the last few years. And we find out for the last 3 years, they were double counting people who had multiple accounts. Turns out they had millions less people, and they were probably smoking up their stocks for the last few years. They got some people over there probably in some trouble. I don't know, man, because I don't know enough about TikTok.
Fishing does good, though.
I don't know what to talk about TikTok when it comes to the monetization, how that's really working for people. I hear people, oh, I got 20,000. I hear you, man. I feel you. That's great. I'm not trying to diss it. Now, how does that work? Is it really spilling over into something that you can monetize? I don't know.
Anfisa is basically saying she's got one that has 1.3 million views and the other one's 4.6 million. And overall, I think she made like $100 each, maybe. She said.
I see that. Yeah.
So I mean,
I want to see what it has us to say here. I've grown my TikTok from 1K to 39 in 1 month, and I do more lives on TikTok now than YouTube, and I leave my YouTube channel for my video content. So your long-term content, I'm assuming you mean. Can you tell me what the monetization then is like, or what's your flow with the 39K TikTok? Like, what is? I mean, I understand like you're growing that, but like, how does that translate for me? I honestly don't know. So if you or Ken can kind of give me a lowdown on that, because what Amphisa's saying is right. She's got all those views on those videos, and she's probably made $50 to $100 each, and that's, people don't get that. Like, I think a lot of people have a odd idea about how that's all working out. All
right, well, listen, we ranted enough.
We've done in a minute.
Everybody's going. They're all leaving.
That's fine. Give me a second. I want to finish this thought out. Funny enough, TikTok audience doesn't mingle with YouTube subscribers. In my case, 2 separate gigs here. Over 10K. That's what I'm saying.
That's for everybody's case.
How's everybody putting that together? That's all I'm trying to figure out. Like,
they're not. They're in hopes of.
Okay.
So if you got the time, do it and see where it takes you.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't have the time, so I don't even have the time to do YouTube. So.
Well, you could. Tomorrow morning you're getting up at 5 a.m. Okay, this is what I want to see. We'll let it go. Ken says TikTok ad revenue starts at 10K, but you don't make much. I make money from brand deals and consulting. Yeah, so you're in a different position where you're sort of being a bridge to influencing in a way. It's setting up what you're connecting up these people to a business. I totally understand that. I'm more worried about. I'm more concerned about the average person, like how they're doing it.
It's a
4.6 million views on YouTube would be 25 to 35K. Holy shit. Okay. Interesting. Thank you, Tommy, for that. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I'm going to be interested to see how you guys do with the TikTok and what. I think getting in early is smart. I know it's less. I know it's like pennies, but the thing, and so my thing is like, I don't know. I guess you're not spending a lot of energy on TikTok and everything. Yeah, that's the truth. You're doing something quick. You're getting in and out. So it's. I totally get that exchange.
So
right?
then it's not a big deal. But if you're wasting energy, then I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a very good point. You're not. If you're doing a quick live or you're doing a quick minute thing, you're right. It's a lot less. It'll be interesting to see how this holds out. What do you got there? What are you showing me?
So here's a crazy thing is I have a Motu M2 and it's really good. It's a good audio interface. It's really, really good. But for some reason along the way with these Windows updates, for some reason I have some glitchiness, and I've tried just about everything to get the glitchiness away. I don't know what it has to do with, but I really believe it has something to do with their drivers. I think the quality of the audio interface is above and beyond anything in its price range, but its drivers, they're
like Harvey.
Suck.
Thank you.
Hey, Harvey. And so they said, try getting your own PCI, USB card. So this way it's on its own lanes, own PCI lanes, and see if it works any better. So that's my next trial and error with that. Otherwise,
what's the
a lot of people, especially people on Macs, it has to do with buffers. It's the buffer. Like it just... something's conflicting, or there's an issue with Windows, or something happened along the way. It never used to happen. I never had a glitch or anything for years. For not years, but for like the first year and a half I had it, then all of a sudden. So the thing is, it works great, and it works great for a lot of Mac people. But so if I have to sell it, I'll sell it. it doesn't matter because it's actually getting $50. It's worth $50 more than I bought it for right now.
Yep.
So that's on my one thing I bought. And then I got one of these arms. I got one of these arms at B&H also because if you want to do any overhead camera stuff,
Let me see.
I figured let me get one of these guys. And so it moves and does a bunch of different stuff. It's, got like 3 different angles, and you put it, it's got spigots on both ends, and then you put it into like a super clamp.
It's going to hold a DSLR?
Yeah, 2.2 pounds.
Really?
So, and
Must knock down really well.
so if I put the ZV-E10, it's so light, it's not even a pound. And then also if I put a ZV-1 on here, no problem. So I'm thinking about like overhead stuff on the desk and stuff, perhaps. But I'm also working on putting on the ceiling. I'm going to use like a pipe, and I'm going to put a 6-inch drop, but an 8-foot wide, and I'm going to attach everything on there for my lighting and an overhead camera over my head.
It's a nice project. Is that a summer project you're working on here?
That's a project when I get my new, the desk I've had for a year, that desk that goes up and down, that's been in the living room. Yeah.
By the way,
and I got this in the mail.
Back. Oh, you got the...
Finally,
that thing was hanging out the fair. That's a 60? I can't remember.
Yep. So finally, after 3 months, I finally got this, this 60D Amaron light. Does the new PCI controller have a plug-in to power as well as PCI? No.
No. I was going to say, I remember him having...
It gets its power right off the PCI bus.
Which is great. It's not like a hard...
Which is awesome. So you don't have to worry about power, and you don't have to worry about a hub or anything, or worrying about if it's not getting enough bandwidth on the bus. So
just Visa says that TikTok's been a great platform to promote your own business, but in an authentic way. I've seen many people's businesses explode through. I love the idea of using TikTok for like a business, a freelancer, or even a brick and mortar place. What do you got going on there? Oh gosh, look at here. I gotta see stuff.
So this is the light that I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Amaron just came out with this about 6 months ago, and every creator, of course, gets one practically for free, and they do a review on it. But I ordered this months ago, and the great thing about this is it's so tiny and it's so bright.
Is it much tinier than your other? Is it really that much more tiny?
It's probably 2/3 the size, like 1/3 smaller than the 100D.
I need
and
to
I'm
see
going to use this for an overhead.
Okay. For an overhead?
For my lantern.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll use it with the lantern.
Yeah. Fair, sure. Yeah. I'm anxious to see the
so
compare.
This is the lantern. So when I put the bar over the top, the lantern it has a skirt also, and it can go around it, and then the light would drop onto my desk and really light me up in just this and not so much forward. When it's used like this, it's casting the light forward and the ambient light is going all around, and I really want to focus in on more just over the top. But the other great thing about this is, look, it's so awesome. It comes with a V battery holder.
Mm-hmm.
And power. So what's awesome is I can run these with those Sony batteries and power them, and I don't have to use like the regular V battery. So I can buy the cheap Sony, and I can use this battery powered, or I could use it plugged into the wall. And that's huge because if you're doing any kind of photo work or outside work, it's so awesome. So awesome. So this thing got rave reviews.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm really excited to see the difference in the output of those. Of course, the other one's going to be brighter, but I think this is going to be very good, especially inside.
Plenty.
It's going to be plenty, right?
I have these lights. This one's on like 15%, and this one's on like 12%.
I want to ask. I want to answer a quick question here from Darren, where he said, "Haz, night, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping in." And,
Hi, Haz.
You got a turn in tomorrow. Good luck. Good luck tomorrow, man. Appreciate that. Catch some fish for us.
Yeah, good luck, Haz.
Darren had a question here. I'm going to pop off on this. Really want your opinion on this thing. A live broadcast boom arm, Ulanzi flexible desk mount, camera arm clamp, web stand. Blah, blah. That was a mouthful. Is that one item there? Darren? Do you have a link? I don't really. I mean, I do use an Ulanzi mount on my desk for a camera. I can show you what I have, but I don't know if that's what you are actually asking about. So if I show you desktop here, let's see here. Let me pop this out. So this is what I use, but I don't think this is what you're asking. I really like this, by the way. I can move it around. I can use it for different things. The top of it's got stuff. I don't know. I don't want to play that. But you can see it's just a mount, and you can slide it up and down the pole. You can put connectors at the top of the pole as well. The camera can face down.
It's the same thing.
Is it? Okay. I couldn't tell. I just wanted
it's
to
the
make
same exact thing, Jeff, except it's got 3 different levels. And so
okay.
I want to tell you what I did, guys. This is what you can do. And I know he's all about trying to save a buck.
We all are.
Basically, I did the same exact thing. If you go and look at what I have these arms kind of like those sticking out. See them? It's the same exact thing. See? And I got a 4 or a 2 monitor. You get the 4 actually stands, and then I took the Visa plate off on the end.
Yeah.
And I use it, and I bolt like these. This is a ball head to it, and you can bolt anything. It takes a little ingenuity, but then the price was half as much as that Ulanzi. It was definitely half as much. So at that point, if you want to save a couple bucks,
go for that. Right. I mean, if you're asking me what I think about the Ulanzi, I've used it a lot. I really love it. I do, I like to do over the top stuff with it. It can angle in every direction. I can swing it really easy in and out. But what John is showing you looks really viable, and for the money, I would actually consider that. Seems like you have a little bit more even.
This is the Ulanzi. I'll put it up on my screen.
Yeah, do it. Oh.
Display 1 actually. There you go.
Screw that up. I've got to.
I'm screwing it up.
Are you? Okay. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah. There we go.
So that's 139 for that whole system.
Yeah.
What is the other one? 79.
So all it is one pole, and then it's got the same exact things,
pole, by the way.
It's just a little bit
exact same pole.
Yeah.
So the one I have is $79,
and then
and this is 139.
I bolted this at the end. Yeah. See that little thing right there, that little spigot? I bolted those at the end, or you could put a ball head. And this is really just honestly a pretty cheap.
Those.
Setup. Darren, you could build this out probably for half as much almost, to be honest with you. But it's all depends how much money I got.
So we have the same clamp on the desk, and then you have just different. I probably have the same. One of the arms is probably the same as what I have, and then you get 2 extra things plus the thing that's going to cut your finger off.
Yep. Now I got to get back to my camera.
So it's so it just depends on again how much do you want to spend the extra to get more value, which I think is probably the case.
You'll use it. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd seen the 3-arm one, maybe I'd have done it. I probably thought I don't really need that at the time. If I had to do it all over again, I'd probably get it, but I don't know. It's hard. It's always hard to say. But you have options there.
I got a lot of.
We both like them, so I don't know. It's fine.
It depends what you're doing with it, though, because now I have like a couple of those 1-arms. I actually got like my Canon over here on the right, and
so he was looking at the 3-arms. Sure, I get it. I think it'd be great. I think you should. I mean, John's always seemed to talk good of it, so for the money, you can't beat it, man. So I think we're good. John, what a night! I didn't mean to go 2 hours, but here we are, busting away on tech late night. Jesus, it's 12 by you. We did it. What you looking
at? Go. You got one? Tell them to go buy it. Tell them to go buy it on AliExpress. The Ulanzi live broadcast boom arm is like $89.
Is it this one?
On AliExpress.
Oh, AliExpress. Oh,
same exact one.
Really? How much is it?
Same exact one.
How much?
$89.
89, really? I might have to go look at it. Yeah. I do wish I had the extra arms on.
I built mine. I built mine for pretty darn cheap.
Okay.
Yeah, like and on Amazon, here we go. Amazon, it's $109. There you go. That's much better.
Hell, that's
Live
pretty good
broadcast boom arm Ulanzi flex mount. Yep, same exact one, $110. That's a lot better.
Setup
Now
is
you're
one screen in
talking.
landscape, then the middle screen in portrait, and the next screen in landscape. Wait, what? My setup is one.
No,
those
you
are
don't
monitors.
use this. This
You
is
can't
not.
use these for monitors.
This is not for monitors.
Are you talking about for monitors? I'm using. I can show you what I'm using for monitors. But
No, you got to get like something I have here.
Yeah. Or Darren, are you going to use these for monitors? Because these you can't use these for monitors. You can only maybe use these for cameras. So just make sure we're on the same page here.
Right.
I'll show you mine. You show you yours. That sounds really weird.
Well, I'll just give them an idea. This
Yeah.
is. I'll put it up. This is what you kind of want. More like this. Is this. That kind of system.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty close to what I have. Yeah. How much is yours?
And that's the same
109.
price. But see the Visa mounts? That's what you want there. See how that you screw that right
Yeah,
back into your monitors. That's meant to fit on a monitor. You don't have to do anything on
Exactly.
And you got one clamp.
Oh, here's mine. I'll
So-
flash mine up there quick.
Each arm holds 17 pounds, and you get $10 more off here. So this is like $100. That's good.
That's
You can find
not
cheaper.
bad.
These are a little bit different arms.
Where's my link? I need it. I don't have my link. You know what? Here's how I want to do it. Never mind. Hang on a second. That's weird.
$99.
$99. Let's do it this way. I'm coming. Hang tight, everybody. Yeah, I mean they're pretty much the same.
Here we
But
go.
the
This is
reason
more for me. See,
That's for you.
this is more me. So you slide this up and down. This is the same exact one that I've bought before.
Oh, here it
so
is.
it's $55.
I'm going to show you one
55.
that I have, and it's 49. But how many monitors he say he has? No. Did he have 3
I
or
don't know,
2?
but this holds 3.
Okay, yours holds 3. Mine only holds 2, so that might be a problem. Let me desktop this quick.
Yeah,
So I
the
got
Vivo triple.
these are great. They move really. They're beautifully moved. They're solidly built. $42, man. I'm telling you right now, it can hold up to 227 inches. But I modified it. I have it on landscape one, long one, which you can't see my hands, and then I have a 32-inch on the other. The portrait,
Right.
and then I have one in landscape with 32 inches, and it holds them just fine. There's a certain amount. You have to be under 54 inches total. But for $42, oh my God. See, you can see it right here. You can go wide or portrait, and they turn beautifully. So if you're looking for something for
That's 2. Mine's
if you need
55
3,
bucks
then I
for
don't
the
have
triple.
that. Then that's not what I have.
You know, and these work damn good enough. I've bought 2 or 3 of these so far because
Yeah.
my son has one also, and I really enjoy it. It's called the Vivo Triple.
Oh, he's got 3 monitors on his desk. He right now is a single arm.
Yeah.
Well, you could just get the double one and add to it if you really wanted to for $42. It's great. I can't complain. It's got 3 on his desk. One. So it just depends. If you get 2, though, it's nice to have that ability to separate sometimes those things out because they only spread out so far. So it just depends, man. Those are some options right there. Hopefully that helps you.
I'm excited about this Revelator mic.
Yeah, I get on that. Let me know how that. Get me on that so I can get a sound check. I'm curious to see how that sounds. I think it'll sound pretty good.
Yeah, I want to do an unboxing. I want to do an unboxing, just
Another
like a
unboxing.
quick one. I'm not going to do a big one.
No.
I just want to do it. I want to film it and then just use it and talk over it later, but just take it out of the box so this way I can start using it.
Good night, Rodrigo. We're heading out of here too. Thank you so much for coming out and
Yeah.
saying. In fact, everybody, I want to thank everybody for coming out on Friday late night. Oh my God, late night. And
we had fun.
We appreciate you guys stepping out here. John, it's our first Friday late night after hours. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for
We
coming
did
out
it.
and hanging with me. It's good to see you after a week and a half or whatever it's been. I'm glad you got home
I
safe
know,
from
right?
your trip. Seems like forever. That's it. We're
Georgia.
gonna move on. Ken, thank you, Cashew. So glad you dropped in and saw you.
Yeah, bye,
Appreciate
guys.
you so
Bye,
much,
Cashew.
Rob. Oh my God, everybody. I want to thank everybody if I can. Dimebag, you're amazing. Of course, Tommy and Tracy,
Tracy.
and all those good people. Really appreciate it. Patrick and all
Great
that.
chat.
So we'll yeah.
I'm going to
chill.
yell. I'm going to
ahead,
yell at people.
You're going to yell? Do it.
No, I'm gonna go yell at some other people outside or something. I don't know.
You got to get it out of your system.
Go find people.
You know,
to
you
yell.
need to get that out.
Yeah, I
you
gotta
don't
yell
want
at
to go to
somebody.
bed with that in your brain because. All right, John, get some sleep, my friend. We will talk to you on the other side, and everybody else, you know, have a good one. We'll talk to you then. Bye byes.
Thanks, Darren. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone. Peace out.
Everybody, you guys are amazing. Appreciate it. Except for you, John. Had it with you.
Good night, everyone. I don't know if John will ever pop up.
John? No.
John doesn't stream anymore.
No. You know why? He lost his mic cord. He doesn't have a mic cord anymore, so he can't.
I got my new USB mic.
I'll send you on
Make
that.
a comeback.
You're an idiot.
Holding on.
Sing along, John.
Jeff tricked me into.
I did not trick you. I did not trick you.
Tricked him.
I'm like a
I
wizard.
believe you, Rodrigo. I believe you.
You guys are great. Talk to you next week.